All right, guys. So we are here today. Oh man, I wish my voice sounded like this all day. I really do. Um, Today we have jobless claims, unemployment. We'll see if they come in high or low. Really, what the market wants in that regard. Um, yeah. Somebody's asking what Palantir does. Palantir creates AI backends and databases for businesses. All right, we're here. We got jobless claims today. Yeah, I don't know if the market probably wants jobless claims to come in high. Yeah, I do have that Batman voice this morning. I don't know why my voice is so deep this morning. Hello, Batman. We're gonna have to go. I don't know why my voice is so deep. In about 30 minutes, though, it'll sound like Pee Wee Herman, so it's okay. It won't last long. I'll tell you that. Probably because I ate a bunch of crap before I went to bed last night. That's probably why my voice sounds like this. Oh, man. Dairy? Could be dairy. Oh, man. What did ARM do? Man. I'm in ARM right now. I need to drink some coffee. Palantir up nice again. I mean, hey. Up to almost 24s. ARM with a beautiful earnings report. I'm in ARM right now. You love to see it. I'm just kind of glancing at the market as we speak. Honestly, the market's up a lot. My portfolio is doing well. Disney, it looks like did well. So, hey, props to it, man. Hey, Disney did do well, man. I took a little bit of profit off before the earnings call, but not that much. But you love to see it, bro. My stocks are doing great this morning. Hey, I haven't even looked at my portfolios this morning yet, but you love to see it. I mean, hey, Microsoft up. Like, we're down in some stuff, but we're also very, very green in some stuff too. Specifically Apple, Amex, ARM, Citigroup, Disney, Google, Home Depot, Coca-Cola, MGM, Microsoft, Palantir, PayPal, RTX. PayPal looks like it corrected some. Yeah, it's okay. Again, we took a little bit off yesterday on PayPal. I think maybe not. RTX were green. SPY were green. Tyson Foods were green. Walmart were green. Did Walmart correct, or did we just take some off of Walmart? Let me see. Okay. So, I think Spirit Airlines. Did we have some earnings this morning, right? I know we had some earnings this morning. I can't remember what they were, but we had something. We had Spirit Airline, ConocoPhillips. Spirit posted a minus 136 EPS, so they did beat on EPS. I don't see what their revenue is yet. I gotta drink some coffee. I'm yawning a lot. Disney, Fox, and Warner Bros. Joint sports streaming platform is expected to be priced above $40 a month. Alright, let me hit some coffee. I need to, man. Palantir almost agreed on the day. We're basically completely flat. The Q down a little bit. A little bit. Alright. We've had our coffee now, technically. My voice immediately goes up. You see that? My voice immediately goes up when I drink coffee. Maybe I'm just washing down all the sinuses. All right. But remember, we got jobless claims today. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Okay, so yeah, so let me, quick question, guys. Let me just get some understanding here. Would you guys rather this 5 chart screen, or would you rather 3 charts? Would you rather this 5 chart stream, or would you rather go back to only 3 charts? Jobless claims numbers are scheduled to drop very soon. They are expected to show up at 220,000 jobless claims reports. Mm. Shorts are weird, dude. Shorts are super weird. Hey, I'll take it. All right, so yeah, Jobless clear. Here, let me see what the chat says. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. I had a good trading day, captured some down movement. Could you watermark the chat's name so would be easy to identify them? What? What, man? What are you saying to me? I don't think it's a... What are you saying, bro? I still can't figure it out. I had a good trading day, captured some down movement in our market. Hey, good job, bro. Good morning, John and gang. Have you taken any withdrawals from your funded accounts yet? No, not really. But again, you got to understand, like, again, yesterday we didn't trade on our funded accounts. Like, okay. I think funded account programs are incredibly useful. Top Step's a sponsor of mine, and they're great. Like, they're great programs. I think if you don't have that much money and you want to get funded and you want to be able to start taking withdrawals from the market, I think it's one of the best options to do it. All right. But with that said, like, my TOS account has, $250,000 in buying power. Do I really need to take withdrawals? No. I mean, I'm funded. But like, I don't need to take withdrawals from them. Now that's not going to be most people. Most people are not going to be like that. Most people instead are going to not have this much equity. But yeah, I mean, again, I just don't need to get funded. I mean, I am funded. I don't need to take withdrawals though. And maybe we'll trade on it today. And so on my funded accounts, I prefer like a slow and methodical approach instead of just taking withdrawals to try to look like a better trader or whatever it is. All right, guys, NVIDIA, pull it all the way back. NVIDIA hit $700 in after hours yesterday, 709s. I might have should have covered Disney earnings, but that's okay. We didn't. And again, my wife had some stuff going on yesterday, so like, honestly, historically, we haven't really gotten the best results trading Disney earnings. All right, so most people are telling me to go back to 3, so I will do this. I will cut that out, put this up, put 3 charts up here. We got the Cube, Palantir. Here's Tesla. We did have some earnings dropping this morning. Did anybody see the thing about Playboy Cardi and Aiden Ross? Like, what a weird freaking incident, dude. I gotta believe it's fake. I gotta believe it's set up. I gotta believe they're just doing this to try to gauge or try to farm engagement. The same thing with like the card cheating scandal. Same thing. You okay? Sounds a little down or just early. No, I'm not down. It's not really anything like that. Yesterday I ate some brownies and I feel guilty about it yesterday before I went to sleep. And so today when I woke up this morning, I sound like Batman, Maybe I should eat brownies every night. It's not going to last, I'll tell you that. It's not going to last, but, that's all it is today. Top 3 lurkers in the world. Again, Apple almost back up to 189s. We took a little bit of profit on it yesterday. Yeah, I Batman might not be the better example. Chocolate rain, that might be a better example. Batman is more like raspy voice, like, hello, we're gonna have to go and get the bad guys, okay? Batman sounds like he just smoked 5 packs of cigarettes. Anyways, Palantir mostly flat. Tesla right at 189s, almost 190s. Let's see if it can keep going up. We'll see. Nvidia at 696. So Nvidia almost at 700 again. I can't remember what the lifetime highs were. Lifetime highs are at 702.20s. Where is she? Yeah. Either like Michael Keaton's Batman, I guess. Could be. Definitely not George Clooney. George Clooney had the smoothest Batman voice ever. We're gonna go get Freeze. You know what I mean? Maybe Michael Keaton's Batman. Michael Keaton's Batman was definitely, hello. Val Kilmer's Batman was kind of like that too. I tried day trading Apple after the bell. Thought it was making a cup and handle, but really just lower high. I should have gotten out. Now I guess I'm long, waiting for 192. Yeah. It looked like a cup and handle setup, to be fair. It broke over the 200 EMA VWAP level, went right up to those highs, and then just dumped down. So, that's kind of part of it. Nothing's going to work all the time, in every one of my videos, I try to tell people, look, not an investment professional. I can't guarantee anything's going to work, Test it yourself. I always tell people the same thing. Like, people are very one-dimensional with trading. Like, you have to understand, strategies work. Like, most strategies work. High of the day breakouts work in certain situations. Low of the day breakouts work in certain situations. Whatever strategy you could think of probably works in certain situations. It's just not going to work in every situation, in every stock, in every float size, in every part of the day, in every liquidity situation. Like, you're going to have to isolate the right setups and, like, the right parts of the day first. And that takes time, and it's not always going to work. And it's part of trading. It's one of the reasons people have so much trouble trading, is because, Disney, we're in Disney right now, and you love to see a Disney up to 105s. Hey, you love to see it. My portfolio is really nicely green early in the year. Let's see, like, just especially for the size of it. I mean, it's a big account, but like, especially for the size of it, it's nicely green. Yeah, for sure, T. Yesterday, 5 minutes before close up. Oh, there you are, Smart Films. I tried to help you out, bro. I saw you commenting on yesterday's video being like, hey guys, and so I was trying to help you out, man. Yeah, 100 Disney calls. You're probably loving life right now. Oh man, that's rough, Sam. Took profit on my NASDAQ short as planned just then. Anyone take it with me? People are weird, bro. One thing you learn running a community like this is that everybody's desperate to be right. Everybody's desperate to be right. Bro, I'm here to believe that all the guys on YouTube telling other guys how to be more charming do not have the resume to tell how other dudes how to be more charming. You know what I mean? Like, you got dudes that look like nerdy guys out here trying to be like Mr. Ladies Man on YouTube, and it's just like, y'all get out of here, bro. Like, I'm not saying nerds can't be ladies men, you know? Like, I'm kind of nerdy, okay? I'm top 3 ladies men in the world right now, I guess. But I was mostly just like a shy, quiet kid. But I am a people person, and I am outgoing, and I think the stream can probably tell that. I don't necessarily like being outgoing, but I can be if I want to. And they have all these crazy, like, do this and do that. Like, I don't know why YouTube's feeding me this stuff right now, but maybe they're trying to tell me something. But it all mostly boils down to just make people laugh, bro. If you can make people laugh, as long as it's not inappropriate. Like, if you go too far and you try too hard and it gets inappropriate, then you're going backwards. But if you just make people laugh, you know, they will instantly like you more. You know what I mean? Top 3 make people laugh traders in the world right now. Disney at 105.50. I don't know why they're showing me all this stuff, but hey, it's all right. Today, any big news? We got jobless claims numbers at 8:30. Let me put a timer up here. Hold on. All right, so we got an hour and a half until this data drops. Hour and a half until this data drops. Disney up to 105s today. Palantir mostly completely flat. Tesla green on the day, slightly. Jobless claims are increasing, so that'll push the market higher, right? No, not necessarily. People think that the market wants economic growth, and that's not necessarily true. It depends on what inflation data shows up with next week. Next Tuesday, we got CPI data. Next Friday, we have PPI data. We got retail sales, jobless claims in between that. And so it depends on what the market shows up as next week, which who freaking knows? And it could be good, it could be bad. What I will say is that the market has consistently feared more job numbers over the last few years, right? It doesn't mean it's going to happen every report. It doesn't mean that's going to be the reaction we get every report, but the market has consistently feared more job numbers over the last, I would say the last full year and a half of economic reports. Like, job numbers have been seen as a negative thing in markets, mostly because more job numbers signals more spending, and more spending is seen as bad right now because the more people that spend, the more prices go up. And so again, we'll see if that is the case today. I'm not saying that is. Nvidia bouncing right at 699s currently, right up to 699s. I mean, right around the previous closing price. Nvidia trying to bounce. You can see Nvidia at 699.30s here. So again, we'll see if it bounces, if it holds. Who knows if it will or not. Barkin speaking around 832. Yeah, the market fears inflation, and so yeah. PayPal had bad earnings. What happened to my Snap trade? I bought a little bit of Snap. I don't know if it was the right move. I guess it wasn't the right move. I ended up buying it, and then I took profit on it immediately, if you guys remember. I could add some more to it, but I'm pretty much flat on this trade. It's pretty much a nothing trade, and it's small too. So I don't know what to do with that one. We'll see. We're green on the day. Green on this portfolio still. Like, my job is to keep this portfolio consistently green, even though I keep taking profit and adding to things. Right, like, that's how I manage this swing trade / investment portfolio. Is like, I'll keep adding to it. I'll keep buying new things. I'll keep taking profit when things are up a lot. And if I can keep my P&L nicely green, then over the year, my profits are just going to stack up in this account. We were green last year on it. We're going to keep messing with it this year and try to be green. It's been really easy to make money, though. Just to, again, I think I've been trading well in this account. But when the market's up 24% in a year, you can throw a dart at a dartboard and make money this year or last year. So it's not the biggest bragging, factor, I guess. I think inflation is still high. I mean, in 1 quarter, personal credit card balances went from 1 trillion to 1.3. Yeah, I mean, regardless of what credit card balances are, I mean, that's a factor for sure. But the big one is going to be next week when CPI comes out, right? CPI comes out. The Fed's, again, I say it all the time, but the Fed's preferred inflation metric is actually PCE inflation data, which I'm not sure when it drops. Again, next week we have... Again, next week we got Tuesday CPI, Thursday jobless claims, retail sales, Philly Fed Index, Friday PPI data. So Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday are busy. Monday is slower. Let me see about earnings on Monday. This evening we got Affirm, Pinterest, Cloudflare, Expedia, Bill.com, a couple other ones. Friday we got Pepsi, Enbridge, Canopy Growth, CGC. It's been a while since I've seen CGC. We got AMC Networks, which is not AMC, the company you guys know. It's the for lack of a better word, the boomer movie channel on TV. It drops earnings Friday. Monday next week we got Monday.com. Ironically enough, they had to do this on purpose, bro. They had to do it on purpose. Monday.com drops earnings. Monday evening. Yeah, Monday's kind of quiet. Tuesday's busy. Tuesday you got freaking Shopify, Datadog, Coca-Cola, Marriott, Hasbro, Moody's in the morning, Upstart, Airbnb, Robinhood, Lyft, MGM in the evening. You know, I've thought about streaming Robinhood earnings, but I just don't know if it has the following of traders that are interested in it anymore. It's up some. You know, it's at 11.16. It's kind of flat over the last 52 weeks, but we're watching it. Apple pull it back a little bit. I don't know whether I should take profit in Apple or what I should do. It's not a huge trade, and I think Apple is one of my favorite stocks in my portfolio, so I'll probably just sit in it, I guess. Fidelity now allocates 1% to spot Bitcoin in their all-in-one conservative ETF. So 1%. When the Nvidia chart finally implodes, which yes, it's just a matter of time that it will, so too will the stock market, according to Cameron Foose. I don't know how I feel about Cameron Foose. Like, he's a great marketer. I can't even hate on his marketing skills. He's definitely one of the better penny stock guru marketers. But I also, never mind. I'm just not, never mind. I've got a great freaking poker idea. That just came to me. I don't want to tell the stream because then the stream's going to try to steal it. But I mean, the problem with this poker idea is this, right? Like, I could have this poker idea and I could implement it with my own software, right? Within, if it takes off, which is a big if, right? Within months, the big boy poker companies are going to steal the idea and create their own version of it. And so I don't even know what to do with this idea. It's not something I could protect intellectually in terms of, anything, unfortunately. So I don't know what I want to do with it. I'll just sit on it. It's a good idea, though. I think it's a beautiful idea. I think it's a cool idea, and it's fun. And it doesn't have to go Yeah, I'm not gonna be specific, but yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about it. It's not that good of it might be a good idea. I don't know. I think it's a good idea. They're not gonna come with an offer, you know. It would have to take off, like, but it's a good idea, you know. And I would sell it too if they came in with me to an offer where for like probably a couple mil, I would sell it. I don't know what the ceiling is like in poker. It's probably not that big. Hollow, yeah, a lot of people talked about Hollow. Hollow up to 18. It's kind of a crazy pump and dump scenario though. This one's ran a lot and then dumped a lot. It's super volatile. I'm not really touching this thing. It's up to $30 a share though from $5. So it's had crazy runs. Look at Disney, guys, up to 106, 106.30s. You know, like people, like what's crazy how quickly things change in stocks. Like people tried to rub Disney in my face like a month ago. Whenever they were like, "You invested in Disney, huh? How do you feel about it now?" ... Well, I guess I feel pretty good, guys. Disney at 106.50s. You know. When Disney hit 78, people were like, you know, a few months ago. Well. Look how the tables have turned, guys. I was just about to say how you should call out how you were right that Disney was a buy at $80. Bro, I was absolutely right. Again, people hate. Again, here's a lesson in stocks. Okay, the lesson in stocks is very simple. If somebody gets weird at you for investing in a specific company, just ignore them. You know, they're usually emotional from politics, from, you know, whatever it is. Same thing with Target. People got so weird when I bought Target. And it was one of the best trades last year, I think. You know, Disney up to almost 107s. You love to see it. You know, I'm in it right now too, so we're profiting on it. Yeah, Christian, man, you're making a lot of assumptions. Number one, I'm not saying I would sell the idea. I'm saying I would sell the idea for millions, but the likelihood that would happen is very low. I'm not delusional about it at all. I'm just saying I don't even know what to do with the idea because it would be hard to get right. You know, if I did it, the big boys would copy me. You know what I mean? And what I said was I would certainly consider selling it to them for millions, but that's pretty low because they would probably just copy it. And so, yeah, you're making a lot of stuff. Desperate to hate is what it seems like, and that's okay. I mean, again, GG to you. You know what I mean? If that's how you want to spend your day, I mean, listen, you put negativity out in the world, that's what you're going to get back. Yeah, I just care about money. Again, I might be wrong about this type of stuff, but I just care about money. Yeah, good day to you, Christian. Again, people get weird. Again, so many assumptions. It's like, I'm not saying the idea was worth millions. I said if they wanted to pay me millions for it, I would certainly take it. And so there's a difference between saying, yeah, you know, my idea is worth millions, and saying, hey, if somebody came to me wanting millions or wanting to pay me millions, just a couple million for this idea, I would certainly sell it. You know, I could say, hey, I'll sell this hat for $2 million. You know, doesn't mean I think it's worth $2 million, but I certainly sell it for it. Buy this hat right now, guys. $2 million. You know, steal of a deal right now. $2 million. It's all right. We'll turn it into content. It's okay. People are just strange, man. You know, people get insecure is what it is. You know, nobody's more insecure than somebody that obsessively hates on another person online. If you don't like somebody online, just don't watch them, man. You know, go watch somebody else. It doesn't matter that much. If you choose to sit around and just get weird, you know something's wrong with you. Bitcoin. I'm showing Bitcoin at 45K. But this is not spot futures. This is base futures. So 45K for Bitcoin. What's the actual Bitcoin price right now? Let me see. I know it varies. Is it really worth $2 million? Raphael the Sandlot hat, the fish hat, the super long billed fish hat from the Sandlot. Morning, just wanted to say I don't watch anyone else live but you. Keep up the good content. Hey, thanks so much, Bernard. Disney just tapped 107s. Yeah, the haters probably mad because of Disney being up to 107s right now. You love to see it. Isn't it nighttime at your place? It's dark still. I wouldn't say it's nighttime. It's morning time. It's 6 a.m. Texas time right now. 6 something a.m. Yo, good luck. Hey, thanks, sir. Disney had some insane news. What was the news? I haven't, honestly, I'm slacking. Philip Morris, ConocoPhillips, a little bit of oil companies dropping today. ConocoPhillips posted 240 EPS versus 209 expected. Adjusted net income of 2.9 bill. They expected 2.5 bill. They declared an ordinary dividend of 58 cents a share. So oil companies up. Philip Morris posted very similar numbers. Under Armour posted this morning they had a 19-cent profit. They expected 11 cents. Revenue of 1.5. They expected 1.51, so a miss on rev. Fiscal year adjusted EPS came in at 50 to 52 cents. They expected 49 cents. They say there was a mixed retail environment during the holiday season, but Under Armour mixed results. What was the Disney news? Let me check it out. I haven't, honestly, again, I just woke up, so I don't know what's going on with Disney. Where's Roblox at? I don't think I'm in Roblox, but we'll see. Price target adjustment for Disney. Disney. Company achieving significant cost reductions. Hulu subscriber increased by 1.2 million in the fourth quarter. Disney realized 500 million in selling, general and admin and other operating expenses. Plans to target 3 billion in repurchases in fiscal year 24. They raised their divvy to 45 cents versus 30 cents for Disney. That's good. So they bumped their divvy up. They are planning to buy back a bunch of shares this year. Revenue went up. 2024 EPS guidance was good. So yeah, very good news for Disney. Raised their divvy. They're planning to do 45 billion in share buybacks this year in 2024. They had good EPS, good revenue, and good guidance. So I mean, that's why Disney's pumping up. You love to see it. We'll see if it continues. I'm in it right now. Like 5 a.m., like 4:30, 4:45, 5 a.m., anywhere between there. Depends on how long. Depends on if I make. Sometimes I'll make coffee the night before, and so I'll just kind of get up and press the button on the coffee machine. And then sometimes I'm lazy and I have to get up and clean out the filter and do all that stuff and make my coffee that way. You know, so it really just depends what I'm doing there, you know. All right, guys. Hey, we got about a minute and 10 seconds before jobless claims unemployment filings come out. Yeah, I'm not in Roblox. Dollar index looks really strong over the past couple hours. Yeah, could be just from market strength. You know, I see some stuff moving up, but I mean, you have to understand, PayPal's up a lot over the last couple, months. PayPal's up a lot over the last few months. And so, they have bounced from $50 in October all the way up to $65 yesterday. So, them dipping down a little bit. Who knows why they're really dropping? Investors are very fickle in that they can find small little nuances of the earnings that they don't like, and you use that to sell. It also probably has to do with just traders taking profit in the company. Traders are gonna start taking profit if they're up big over the last 4 months, since October, and so that's probably something that's going on as well. We've got 10 minutes before what news drops. No, it doesn't drop at 7:30. It drops at 8:30. Sold Netflix to buy Disney. It did not fail. Palantir edging up. I hope so. Where's Palantir? Yeah, the weird thing about the haters, though, is that they're never anybody that said anything before on the stream, right? So what that means is that it's probably like one or two people. It's probably the same person. That is probably some scorned guy, who knows from when, either from that knows me personally and just gets super weird. That's the only, in my head, that's the only justification for anybody getting that weird, obsessively getting banned, coming back with a different username, getting banned. And so you feel for him, man. I feel for him. I pity him. But it's got to be like one person, because it's never anybody that's like a regular member of the stream. Some regular members have criticisms, and that's okay. But it's always some person you've never seen before. Snap beating up bad. Yeah, I added a little bit to Snap yesterday. But what we did yesterday, if you guys remember, was we added to it. It got up to like 1230s. We sold. And now we're sitting on a very small position, essentially flat right now. Yeah, for sure, LT. It's something like that. What do you think about Vision Pro? I think they're expensive, but I think they have potential, but they're expensive. They'd be so much happier if they just moved on with their life. Yeah, again, I think it's really good content, because it lets, I think it's interesting to theorize about it. But the weirdest people are people that have tried to start a business around social media and failed, right? You'll never find somebody that's weirder and a larger hater than those type of people, I've known people that turned that way because they had a crypto channel once and then they lost it, and now they just hate on anybody that shows success. It's just, they need to stop focusing on just being a weird person and start their own stuff, man. Regional banks are down. Yeah, I see regional banks are down a little bit. We'll see if it trickles into everything else. It might be, if regional banks fail, it might be good for crypto. That's what we saw in March of last year, almost a year ago. A lot of regional banks started to fail, and crypto benefited from it. People gravitated towards crypto and banking skepticism, so they went from banking to crypto, to hedge, I guess, against that weakness. Do you think it's time to buy PayPal or wait a little longer? I'm not sure. I'm not going to say to buy anything right now. I'm not really sure. I'm already in PayPal. My average price is like $50 or something like that. So I've already got a really good entry that I'm up a big percentage on, regardless of this dip. It's a small position too, but I'm personally not adding to it right now. I've kind of milked PayPal for what it was worth, and I'm still in a little bit, and I'm not sure what I want to do on the rest. People are scared banks are the new real estate bust too. Yeah, I think the biggest problem is commercial banking, right? Here's how it could all affect everything, right? Here's the trickle effect of everything, is that if commercial real estate continues to struggle and it continues to affect regular real estate, real estate is struggling right now. Do not get it twisted. Real estate agents, real estate brokers, they are all struggling right now. They're struggling because interest rates are sky high. Commercial properties do not have that same appeal that they did 10 years ago, because remote work is really prevalent now. People are just working. And again, some of the biggest haters that I've had on my stream were real estate people. Mortgage broker guy got super weird, and that might be him acting like that anyway. But just people get weird, and the commercial real estate right now is in a really weird situation. A lot of people are actually transitioning their commercial properties that are in unrestricted territories to residential. But again, if real estate and commercial continues to struggle, that's going to affect banks. The reason it's going to affect banks is because a big part of banks' business, some banks at least, is real estate mortgages and transactions in real estate, like loaning money for real estate. If nobody wants to get loaned money because interest rates are 7 or 8%, that's negatively affecting banks. You know, when banks are negatively affected, it trickles into everything else. So there is like a trickle effect in all this stuff. But I mean, the commercial disaster in banking has been going on for a long time now. So, you know, we'll see if it has that major effect like some people predict. And I really don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Well, let me know what you guys think in chat. I want to buy a house, but I'm waiting for a dip. The realtor that sold me the last house told me that's a bad idea because prices will go up soon. I think she scared me. Bro, yeah, she just wants you to buy a house, probably, dude. Again, the funny thing is, like, if you ask a mortgage broker, you know, mortgage brokers are so desperate for business, they'll say, yeah, you know, get a mortgage. You could always refinance when rates go down. It's like, yeah, but you're going to pay out the, you know, you're going to pay so much money, and who knows when mortgage rates are going to drop. So you're going to get locked into a super unfavorable mortgage, you know, loan for who knows how long, even if you can refinance when rates go down, if your credit's tip top. So they're just desperate for business right now, you know. They're just desperate for business. That's what it is. And I'm a real estate agent. I'm not a real estate professional. I'm not liable if you make a bad home purchase, because remember, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm going to put this up. I need to change this to real estate professional too. Remember, I am terrible at this stuff and have no idea what I am talking about. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, if you got a lot of cash right now, you could go around throwing out cash offers trying to get some good deals. I think people are very willing to accept cash right now because nobody wants a mortgage, and so in that regard you might be able to find some steals, but yeah, who knows when interest rates are going to go up or go down. So basically, mortgage finance forecast, the Mortgage Bankers Association predicts that mortgage rates will fall from roughly 7% in the first quarter of 24 to 6.1% by the fourth quarter. It expects rates will fall below 6% in the first quarter of 2025. See, but that's still a long time with interest rates really high, you know. Turn unsecured debt into secured debt. Brokers just want commission. Probably. That's probably true. And again, I'm a real estate agent. But I don't like, I have my license just because, but I'm not like an active real estate agent. You know what I mean? So I'm not out here marketing my services to people or anything like that. And so I have the luxury of being successful enough outside of real estate to where I don't need to do it. I could be real. And again, right now, interest rates are super high. Who knows when they're going to drop? If you get a mortgage now, even if you're refinancing into the future, you could be locked into a super high mortgage rate for a long period of time. So I don't necessarily recommend it, but again, that's not me. I'm not a real estate professional. Yeah, like from The Big Short. Yeah, honestly, the early 2000s were chaos for mortgages. But you got to understand, like, we were coming off the 2000s boom and crash and market crash in 2000 and 2001, and the market was negatively affected by that for years afterwards. And once we started to get towards the second half of the 2000s, that's when like banks started to go into mania almost, and they started just loaning ridiculously in terms of conditions. Like they started loading way too freely, and then they got beat up when the market crashed. A lot of changes happened there too, for the good and for the bad. I agree, but would you rather be giving your money to landlords or whatnot for 2 to 3 years until rates go down, or start putting the money towards your own property? Sure, but the difference there, Jay, is that you're going to be paying noticeably more on average to mortgage than you're going to be paying in rent right now. That's the worst part of it, is like the conventional appeal of real estate is that you could mortgage a house, own it, and pay less than you're paying in rent, right? So it makes sense. It's sensical. Like today, you're going to pay noticeably more to get a mortgage than you are in rent. And so, there's a tax to it, is the thing. And it really just depends on how much money you have, right? If you can float that right now, sure, do what you got to do, Personally, myself, I'm just kind of stacking up cash. Like I'm not going to be getting any mortgages right now. If I buy anything, I'm paying cash for it. And so, all right, so Taylor Swift's Era tour concert film is going to stream exclusively on Disney Plus starting March 15th. That's another reason Disney is up so much. Nvidia is still bumping down, though. We got Tesla here. We can still look at Palantir, and again, we got jobless claims in about an hour here, team. Palantir up to 2370s, almost 24s. So, yeah, I bought a little bit of BABA. I'm down on it, though. We're not down that much, but we're down a little bit. Pay 50% more monthly for mortgage with less than 10% of it going to a principal. Yeah, exactly, Daniel. It doesn't make a lot of sense right now. Again, the reason I never got super involved in real estate and mortgages is because it's not consistent enough. Like, you've got years of booming markets, and even if you're a successful real estate agent, you know what I mean? Like, you got years of booming markets where you're making a ton, you're doing great, everything's good, and then mortgage rates go up, and then you have extended long periods, half a decade plus sometimes, of super high mortgage rates where nobody's spending, and so like all your business just dries up, and you're expected to just kind of sit there and lose everything for 5 years or more sometimes, and it just seems too unstable. Like, if mortgages were stable, maybe, but they're not always like that. But I guess you do have long periods of time where you're okay. I think if you're going to be a real estate agent or a mortgage professional, you have to have other businesses outside of it. Yeah, for sure. Hey, one of the better trades of the decade, Jarrett. Apple down 18% low of year. I mean, the year just started. The low of the years is at 179s. Apple's at 190, basically, a little bit under 190. So we're actually really green on our Apple trade. Our average price is 181.20s. So we'll take that. Morning, can you give your take on the upcoming job report? Here, let me actually get this ready. Jobless claims are expected to drop at 8:30 with an expected 220K outcome. Does the market, we'll do a poll, want more or less jobs? There we go, we'll put that up on the screen. Does the market want more or less jobs? Let me... Does the market want more or less jobless claims is what we'll ask, which means less jobs. So more jobless claims means more people saying they don't have a job. Yesterday, Dave Portnoy of Barstool entered Snap at $20 calls and sold $15 puts for March. His calls are down 98.5%, and he will have to buy the puts back for a 258% increase. Eee. Why do people... Look, Snapchat's big, right? But, like, buying something right ahead of earnings is a terrible idea. Like, if you're going to buy it, bro, buy it after these drops. I'm not telling you to buy it for sure. I'm just saying if you're going to buy it after they make these big earnings dips. Don't buy it before earnings. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Again, I say it all the time. Even if you had an idea of what the numbers were going to be, which is illegal, and nobody really knows those except for insiders. But even if you did, it would be difficult to gauge the market's response to it. You know? And so that's what people, like, once you understand that, which is important. Sorry, I'm bumping my mic. Once you understand that part, which is that even if you knew what the EPS was going to be, even if you knew what the revenue was going to be, it would still be difficult to predict which way it's going to go. Once you understand that, gambling on it is virtually pointless because, again, nobody knows what the market's going to do. And it's important that they understand that, guys. It really is important that they understand this. Like, you have to understand that nobody freaking knows. And people gamble on these earnings reports like crazy. And so I think I always like his pizza reviews. My daughter and I watch his pizza reviews. One bite, everybody knows the rules. Bro, these Apple Vision Pros are kind of out there, though. You have to anticipate losing everything you bought as a lotto ticket, 100%, yeah. They ain't got no sense, John. I feel you, man. I feel like real estate bros twist things around to make it seem better than it is. The more houses you own, the more maintenance costs you'll get hit with. No, I think real estate investing is very useful. You know, it's very useful, Brandon. Like, the use of it makes sense in this way, right? Like, so think about what I'm about to say. All right. So I'm going to give you a couple different aspects of investing and the different nuances behind real estate to make you understand why it might be, you know, a good thing. Again, I'm not telling you to do anything. Not a investment real estate professional. Always make your own assessment. Trade responsibly. I'm not liable if you lose. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But with that said, so understand this, right? You could buy a rental property. Number one, before we go into this, actually, if you do not invest your money, you're going to lose value over time. Why are you going to lose value? Because prices go up. Inflation is going to decrease the amount of buying power your money is over the years. And this is an inevitable thing. It's an inevitability. Like, your prices are going to go up. If you sit on cash, you're losing money through the years, right? This is just an absolute truth. You're going to lose money through the years if you don't invest it, right? The reason real estate is useful in that regard is because, number one, is that house prices typically can keep up with inflation over long periods of time. Sure, short term you have volatility, you've got crashes, very similar to the stock market, right? Like short term you have mortgage disasters, mortgage crashes, high interest rates, whatever it is, very similar. But when you zoom out, when in doubt, you zoom out. You see that real estate prices have kept up with inflation and beat inflation over decades, right? So that's the first aspect of it, is that simply investing in a home as an investment will hedge your money against inflation losses, right? Like that's the first aspect of it. The second aspect of it is that you also earn cash flow from these homes, right? So you buy a rental property, you're going to earn, if it's over $200K, you're going to earn over $1,000 a month from that home. And sure, you're going to have to pay for maintenance, but you're certainly going to be netting money most of the time with that. Like you might have to pay 30% in maintenance and taxes, and so maybe a little bit more, but you're going to be netting cash flow on top of that. Right, so your initial investment's most likely going to appreciate over time, and you're going to be earning cash flow from it. And so when you start to stack those things up, sure, you're going to have to pay, costs. You're going to have to pay money towards it to fix it up, to fix broken things, to keep it up, and all that good stuff. But it's an asset that massively boosts your net worth, as well as provides you cash flow on top of it. The other benefit of real estate is that there's massive tax saving advantages to investing in real estate, right? The government gives you a lot of advantages tax wise for real estate. And so you're saving money on taxes, you're getting cash flow, and you're keeping up with inflation simultaneously. That's a huge benefit to investing in real estate. And so real estate is a great investment. Sometimes mortgages aren't a good one though. So mortgages are the one thing of it where it's that's what I just said means if you're paying cash for things. If you're mortgaging things, it's a lot more nuanced and a lot more slippery, I guess, in that way. It's a lot more up in the air. It depends. If you're getting a mortgage, it depends. Depends on what the rate is, depends on what time of, all that good stuff. But if you're paying cash, it's beneficial. And the other benefit is that you have an immediate access to cash, right? So if you own a bunch of real estate properties, if you need money, if you're in a bind, you can immediately refinance those properties and get a big chunk of cash if you need it immediately, right? And so that's another huge benefit as well if you're an investor or whatever. And so there's a lot of reasons real estate makes sense. There really is a lot of reasons real estate makes sense. But again, it's not every situation, and it depends on mortgages. It really just depends on the mortgages. If you're paying 8%, you're paying so much money in mortgages that it's arguable whether it's worth it or not. But if you're paying cash, huge advantages to investing in real estate. And yeah, it's not passive. You're gonna have to deal with tenants, you're gonna have to deal with repairs and stuff, but it's still probably gonna be worth it. Hey John, I invested in AMC, lost much more than inflation. Hey, AMC's not an inflation hedge, brother. So you don't want to treat it like it is either. Yeah, AMC, I wouldn't call it an inflation hedge at all. AMC is a super speculative small cap company. Yeah, for sure. I think the right way to do it, Mars, is you hire a property manager to handle all that stuff. Tax-wise is taxes. You keep an account for your real estate investments, and when you need to fix one, you go into that account. When you got to pay taxes, you go into that account, so forth and so on, right? That's the way you manage it. And if you don't feel like dealing with tenants, you own a property manager. You hire a property manager, and sometimes you could probably just split not split, but you can give them a percentage of the equity in those houses or whatever it is, or give them a percentage of the income that you make from those houses, so he has an incentive to give you good margins for repairs, so forth and so on. That's how a lot of people do it. Do you think AMC will go back up? I have no idea. I hope it does. I'm in it right now. Who knows if it will, though? I really don't know. Would you be so kind to share your opinion about Intel? I think Intel's more legacy microchips. I think it's got a beautiful chart. It's less volatile, but it's less reward potential as well in it. But it's a little bit more stable than some of the other microchip companies. And yeah, I think it's a good company. But again, I might be wrong. Who knows? Not an investment professional. Not liable if you lose. Yeah, I bought a house with cash at a major discount compared to local comps. Listing it back on the market would instantly make $60K, would be more gain than rent would pay for years. Right, but you're missing a huge part of that benefit, Brandon. Right? Like, no, you're not going to profit from appreciation over a 20-year period. You know, you're going to take a quick $60,000 cash. If you bought that property and stuck a tenant in there, you know, within 5 to 10 years, you're going to make that $60K back. And that doesn't even include how much you're going to make in appreciation over 10 years or more. And so you're missing a huge benefit of owning real estate, which is an inflation hedge. And so, you know, it's quick money, but you're going to earn less over the lifetime of that if you, relative to buying it and sitting on it, buying and holding it. But again, it's subjective. Some people are going to prefer the quick cash, and I get it. That's fine too. You know, I would argue that buying and flipping properties is way more work, and you're going to earn less over time doing it. But you know, it is much quicker cash, and you're more so like renting and flipping. You're more so kind of looking for a salary like type thing almost. But again, it varies, and you know, in some situations it makes more sense. All right, guys, Disney up, Palantir up. Tesla still trying to hold. Here's Nvidia. Again, Nvidia at 698 almost. So Nvidia's still right under 700. Look at Palantir rip. Disney up to over 107s. Yeah, is bad news good news situation? Let's look at the poll numbers here. So we did a poll. We asked, does the market want more or less jobless claims? 63% said more. I agree. I think the market wants higher jobless claims, lower jobs. Yeah, Nas saying that R word is gonna obviously get your comment banned, bro. AMC as a business is in terrible trouble. Yeah, I think the problem with AMC is simple, is that the state of movies in movie theaters is arguable in the future. Like, the future of movie theaters is arguable, is what I meant to say. And so I think if we could speculate on whether movie theaters will be around in 20 years, investing your life savings into AMC is a risky thing. I wouldn't do it personally. But again, I'm not an investment professional. I'm top 3 worst ever in the world. All right, so Moody downgrades New York Community Bank to junk status. Yeah, it just dropped freaking... it just dropped 50% NYCB. We'll see what happens. Jobless claims might be interesting today, too. You know, it wasn't a huge bank to begin with. I mean, it's not a small bank either, but it's not like a crazy big bank, and it's mostly been downtrending since 2017. You know? Again, I think a lot of these banks are in trouble because commercial real estate is struggling. Interest rates are high. Yeah, man. Nvidia, crazy. Do you think the market wants more or less jobless claims? I think the market wants more jobless claims. But again, I might be wrong, and it's certainly just like a speculation here. I really have no idea what the market wants. All right, guys. Bitcoin at 45,000, Nvidia at 698, almost 698. Let's see if it can break 7. It could certainly break it. Movie theaters will make a comeback if they sell candy for $1. I don't think candy prices or even prices for food has anything to do with people not going to see a movie. I don't know what they expected, right? Like, movie theaters can't have their cake and eat it too. They can't say, hey, with big movies come out, we're going to let you stream them very quickly at home for $20 and allow people to rent movies from home and then expect people to continue to go to movie theaters. It just doesn't work that way. You know, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like, you have to pick one. One of the conventional appeal of movies is that you could see things that aren't playing at home that you can't see at home, right? You got to go to the movie theater to see those things. If you offer those same things shortly after they debut movie-wise at home for a premium, nobody's going to go to a movie. They're going to have their date at home, and they're going to eat their own food and watch their own movie at home from the comfort of their couch or bed or whatever. And so I think that is one of the biggest problems in movies that we've seen over the last decade. Last like 5 years, last half a decade, I'll say, because again, people just don't need to go to movie theaters anymore, and because of that, you've also seen a lot less. Again, I'll also say, like, the movie studios have gotten a little bit more greedy in that regard, in which you see it a lot with series where, you know, they've diluted the good series of movies, right? Like, you know, instead of experimenting with new things in movies, they are instead, and putting big money behind experimental new things in movies, they are instead just kind of going for sequel after sequel after prequel after sequel or whatever it is. And so there's not really any creativity in movies anymore, in my opinion. You know, and all of this stuff is bad for movie theaters over time. The question is, what do movie theaters look like in 10 years? And who knows? Palantir, guys, testing highs right now. The highs of the last few days are at 2380s for Palantir. 2380s is the yearly high as well. So the lifetime highs are up there at 45, but we're breaking the last few years highs if we get over this 2387 level. Don't you go to the movie theater with your kids? I haven't in a long time. Sometimes I ask myself whether these YouTube people are actually make money day trading, or are they just making money through the channel? Yeah, I mean, I'm not a day trading channel, really. I mean, we day trade, but, you know, we're mostly covering economic data here. And so if you're talking about me, I mean, look at the title of the stream. It says Jobless claims unemployment data. Nothing says day trading in the title, because again, we're not really day trading. We're mostly covering economics and stocks. I will tell you though that most of the day trading gurus make more money from their YouTube channel, certainly, than they ever do trading. I certainly make more money marketing this YouTube channel than I ever do trading. But I think that's a reasonable expectation. Again, if I was a mechanic and I created a mechanic forum online, and that mechanic forum got hundreds of thousands of views, eventually I'm going to make much more from that mechanic forum than I ever did as a mechanic. And you can't really get mad at me and be like, nah, bro, you should instead just be a mechanic and not make any money. Like, that's a silly thing. But again, I'm not really a day trading guru. I'm top 3 worst traders in the world right now, for sure. And so, you know, definitely top 3. Give me your listing. Where am I ranking wise in the top 3 worst, in the top 10 worst traders in the world right now? Let me know in chat right now. Bitcoin, guys, trying to get up to 45K. Jarrett, you've got to be trolling. -6, definitely -6. Hey, what's up, MP? Can you check a firm today for earnings? Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I think when you look this good and you're on YouTube and, you've got a beautiful office with like a library and a beautiful wife and house, and you're just, as cool as I am, people are going to hate, and that's okay. I don't understand where the day trading stuff comes from. You know what I mean? It's like stream title, jobless claims, unemployment filings. Day trading, what the heck, man? This day trader doesn't make enough money. It's like, what are y'all talking about? Disney at 106.80s. You love to see it. Should I take profit on Disney? I'm thinking about it. Your stream says live trading, bro. Oh, I mean, we do trade. We certainly trade. But you said day trading. I'll be honest, I don't really consider you a trader. I come here because you cover the news really well. Well, thank you, Chris. I mean, you would assume correctly, sir. Yeah, I mean, we certainly trade. Some of my best trades are swing trades. Again, listen, my swing trading / investment portfolio, I'm going to go over it again, all right, with my entries. So if people want to say I'm not a good trader, I mean, again, my portfolio would beg to differ, in my opinion. Now, some of these are day trades, but most of them are not. Apple, I'm in at 181s. It's at almost 190. ARM, we're in at 63s. It's at basically $100. ARM, ripping up. Amex, we're in at 144. It's over 200. Boeing, we're in at 208. It's at 211s. We're actually green on Boeing. You'd love to see it. BABA, we're down. We're in at 76. It's at 72. Citigroup, we're in at 42. It's at 54s. Chewy, we're in at 16s. It's at 16, so we're basically flat. Delta, we're in at 39s. It's at 40s. Disney, we're in at $90 a share. It's at 106. Etsy, we're in at 83s. It's at 73s. We're down on that one. Ford, we're in at 11s. It's at 12s. We're in gold. We're down slightly on gold. GameStop, we're in at 14s. It's at 14s. We're flat. Google, we're in at 125s. It's at 146s. Home Depot, we're in at 292s. It's at 362s. Honeywell, we're in at 186. It's at 194s. Coca-Cola, we're in at 52s. It's at almost 60. MGM, we're in at 39s. It's at 45. Microsoft, we're in at 312s. It's at 412s. So you love to see that. What a beautiful little 30% gain there. Nike at 104s. It's at 104s. We're flat. Oracle, we're in at 99. It's at 117. Pfizer, we're in at 32s. It's at 27. We're down on that one. Palantir, it says my average price is 19s. We originally got in at 16s, but because we kind of managed, we were trading it back and forth. We're in at 19s. It's at almost 24. PayPal, we're in at 51s. It's at 57s. RTX, we're in at 72s. It's at 90s. Snapchat, we're in at 11s. It's at 11s, so we're kind of flat there. SoFi, we're in at 8s. It's at 7s. The SPY, we're in the SPY trade. 424 average. We're at 424 something average. It's at 497s. Beautiful percentage trade. Tesla, we're in at 197. It's at 188, so we're down on Tesla. Tyson Foods, we're in at 51s. It's at 54s. Walgreens, we're in at 22.13s. It's at 22.81, so slightly green on Walgreens. We'll take the green. Walmart, we're in at low 150s at 151s. It's at 170 basically. And then ExxonMobil, we're in at 97s. It's at 102s. And so that's my swing trading portfolio. Some of these are investments for sure, but we haven't held any of these over 6 months. Really, most of these are short-term trades. And so shorter-term trades, I'll say. But yeah. That's my portfolio right now for swing trading and investments. And so we're very green on this portfolio as well. We're green on the day, and we're certainly green overall. And we're nicely green on the year in this trading portfolio as well. A firm? We trade futures as well sometimes, Doctor, but it varies. I should put top 3 worst trader in your video thumbs. Yeah, I'm here for the jobless claims and pre-market reports. Sorry, what is the difference between live trading and day trading? If you're being honest, the main difference is that day trading is day trading, intraday trading. You're buying and selling something same day. Trading in general is a very encompassing statement where it could mean swing trading, investing, shorter term trading, longer term trading. Like trading just means buying and selling stocks or anything, buying and selling any type of tradable security. There's a big difference between saying trading and day trading. I'm not saying I don't day trade. We certainly day trade. But, again, as my disclaimer suggests, remember, I am terrible at this stuff and I have no idea what I'm talking about. Good luck, So always remember this right here because, again, I'm terrible at this stuff and have no idea what I'm talking about. Top 3 worst and best trader in the world right now. Yeah, I'm only in 30-something trades, So the question is, why are we losing? Why are you losing? I don't know why you're losing. Doesn't Affirm have earnings this evening? Or is that did it come out this morning? I don't think it was this morning, right? Let me see. So this morning we had Spirit, Cameco, ConocoPhillips, Hershey's, Philip Morris, Under Armour, S&P Global, Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren better be making money, bro. You go buy a little polo shirt, it's like $100. And I've got a bunch of polo shirts. I'm a big polo wearer just because I'm lazy and I don't feel like being stylish. And so I'd rather just buy a bunch of polos and only wear that and t-shirts. All right, guys, Disney up there at 107s. Our average price on Disney is like 90, so percentage-wise, we're in pretty solid. This evening, you made some good money swinging Disney. I did. People got so weird about it too, but we did make some good returns there. Watching video though, Tesla, Disney. Again, we got less than 30 minutes before these reports drop, so we'll see what we get. What was I about to do? Oh yeah, I know what I was about to do. Okay, I was about to post earnings on Twitter. Big ones for earnings were Spirit Airlines, COP, Hershey's, and more. Under Armour. Under Armour seems like it's dying as a brand. No, am I wrong there? What do you guys think about Under Armour? I just see less people wearing it. And I got a lot of Under Armour stuff. But I just see less people wearing it. So, just kind of speculating on it, but ACB Cannabis came out today with some earnings too. HMC. Oh, we got Harley Davidson. All right, so we got about 500 people here live. We still got over 20 minutes left. Love Under Armour. I'll buy nice polo shirts at Goodwills. Yeah. Celsius. It's designed for most people to lose. They know the orders coming in and where the stop losses are. They know we are emotional. Yeah, for sure. Top 3 most emotional in the world. I hope that triple top at Disney doesn't materialize. I mean, Disney's just up so much. My average price is $90, and so it's just very unlikely that I'm going to lose money on the current trade on Disney. Dude, the dude that tried to drop kick Arnold deeply regretted it. Arnold didn't even budge, bro. He's just a tank. Man, this dude tries to drop kick Arnold. Arnold just kind of like, what happened? Mickey Mantle famously said, quote, "It's unbelievable how much you don't know about the game you've been playing all your life." Yeah, very true in trading as well. The Dunning-Kruger effect is very strong in traders. Everybody thinks they're an expert. You know, they get 2 months of market action where they somehow in green and they think they're just the next day trading prodigy guru out here about to slang courses to unexpected traders. All right, so we got over 500 people here. We still got 20-something minutes left. I'm not saying buy GM. I'm saying General Motors because everyone says GM when saying good morning. At this point, I think it's just funny to say General Motors. Yeah. Opinion on Snap, please. Snap seems to be a discount right now. It seems to be. I'm not saying it is. It seems to be. The reason it seems to be is because it has hundreds of millions of daily active users and monthly active users, and it's down big percentages. So that is usually kind of a recipe for my dip buys, and I did buy a little bit. It's not a huge position, but we're in some Snapchat. But I'm certainly not telling you to buy it. I don't know what it's going to do. I hope it goes up, and it depends on how long you're planning on holding it, I guess, is the question. Any opinion on Coca-Cola calls? It depends on how long the calls are. I think Coca-Cola is a great company, long-term company, pays a good divvy, I think, right? A weekly chart looks beautiful on Coca-Cola, but the yearly chart, little sketch, and you know, it's again, with most things, it depends on how long you're holding it, or you're planning to hold it. I think most of these blue chip companies that people bring up, if you hold them long enough, you're going to be fine. But if you've got a short window, especially with like options trading, you know, it certainly, it depends. I can't say yes or no because it depends on how long the option is for. And I would say if it's less than a month, I don't know. It's just coin flip. Don't they have earnings dropping sometime soon? And so, yeah, I think in that regard, it depends on what their earnings are too. Yeah, Affirm this evening. Affirm has lost a lot of steam though. They really have. Pepsi drops earnings Friday morning. Canopy Growth Friday as well. What's Delta Exchange? Thoughts on stocks, bro? I mean, stock's good. Palantir at testing that high of the last few days. It's at almost 24. Foreign consumption of the cola is higher than domestic. Yeah. So there's a PE ratio heat map. Ooh, that's super interesting. All right, guys. Hey, we got 20 minutes. Bro, my YouTube, like, subjects history is funny. Let me know what yours is, too. The top of my YouTube thing says, listen, the top of my YouTube thing says, where'd it go? It says Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, gaming, stocks, kickboxing, Habib Nurmagomedov, meditation music, stock trading. Sounds like I'm freaking Fedor. Bitcoin up to 45,000. Do you think we head higher today? I don't know, man. I hope so. Hey, Palantir up to basically $24 a share. Up to almost $24 a share. You'll love to see it. Disney's still churning up too. Go Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin's up a lot as well. All right, guys. Hey. You guys ready for jobless claims numbers to drop in 15 minutes? We'll see what it gives. Give me your predictions. They're expecting 220,000, 220K for jobless claims. What are you expecting it to be? 220,000 is what we're expecting today, guys. Let me know what you think it's going to be. Again, Palantir basically at $24 a share. Basically at 24. Not quite there yet, but almost there. Weird. All right, guys. Again, Palantir at $24 a share, 24. We got almost 600 people here live. Let me know what you guys think the market wants, high or low jobless claims. All right, guys, Palantir right up there towards those highs. Still looking at the Q. Q slightly red on the day, but it's been churning up the last few, so. All right, guys, $24 just tapped for Palantir. You can see the Q on the left side. Yeah, I saw ARM. I'm in ARM right now, too. ARM's basically at $100. Palantir up to 24, right at $24 a share. $24.02s is the new highs. We also have Fed Barkin speaking as well. Yeah, they're expecting 220K. 220K. All right, we're over $24 for Palantir. Over 24. my computer's just lagging or what it is. Let me exit out of some of this stuff. Oh wait, there it is. Get rid of that. Keep that one up. Get rid of this. All right, guys. Hey, jobless claims, unemployment filings coming out soon. We got the 30-year bond auction today at. We got the 30-year bond auction today at 1 o'clock, 1:01 technically. Expecting right around 220 to 221. Last time they came in at 224 unemployment claims for jobless claims numbers. What's your vision on the Dow? Everyone's saying short. I don't know. Yeah, I got an ARM IPO day. My average price on ARM, and I took a little bit of profit, but my average price is $63.55 for ARM. If we look at ARM on the right side here, look at NVIDIA, almost up to 700. But yeah, if you look at ARM on the right side, it's up to basically $100. So percentage-wise, what are we up? We're up like $46 a share at a $63 entry. So we're up like whatever percent. We're up like 75% or whatever that percentage is in our ARM trade. So you'll love to see it. We'll see if it continues. What current factors do you think are driving the markets? Well, I think what's going on right now, and you can hear Powell speak about this, right? But like what's going on economic-wise is we're getting rebounds in shipping. We're getting rebounds in exports. Like we're getting rebounds in jobs in the labor market after 2020. You know, so the last year or two, we've seen a job market rebound. We've seen inflation get better. And we've seen the economy start to roll back more so to normal after the craziness of the 2020 stuff. And so that's where a lot of the economic data is pushing this higher. We're also getting AI and microchip booms. Like it's definitely a bull market for AI right now, and it has been. It's one of the reasons you see like NVIDIA super high, you see ARM super high, you see Palantir super high, you see AMD super high, is because, you know, the AI technology, I think people are betting on it, right? So what you see is big extension on the upside in AI tech stocks, AI related stocks. So NVIDIA is the big boy, of course, but you also have AMD, ARM, Palantir, you know, so we're getting some AI booms basically right now. And the question is, again, we talked about this question before, but the question is, most of these small IT companies are AI related, but the question is AI beneficial to these companies' bottom line in terms of revenue to justify these moves? And I think a lot of people are going to say no, but I think a lot of people are going to say they could be. When you look at PE ratios, AMD, NVIDIA are certainly high. But when you look at other AI stocks like Meta, like Apple, other companies that are producing AI stuff, the PE ratios really aren't that bad. And so I think some stocks are extended, yes, but not all of them in a deep way. And I think that we are in a period where I would say these stocks are extended, but it's kind of like riding the wave right now. We're just kind of riding the wave up. Who knows when the wave is going to stop? All we can really do is look at probabilities, I think, like historical probabilities, and I think we're certainly in a big AI bull market right now. But I also think you could certainly argue that we're extended on the upside in a lot of these AI stocks. And when we finally get a correction, we could speculate on what that looks like. Is it a deep crash? Is it just a small correction and then business as usual? We don't know. Nobody does. The market doesn't have to do anything. And the Fed's foreign policy moving forward into 2024 is going to be a big influencing factor for all this stuff, right? So when Powell decides to cut rates based off of inflation and jobs, what that looks like when it happens, a lot of people are speculating for it to be May. especially based off of a 60-minute interview he did over this past weekend. And so, yeah, we're in a period of time in which, markets are booming. The Fed's trying to, typically the Fed is more likely to cut rates if we get pullbacks in markets, pullbacks in jobs. Inflation looks more under control because of less spending. So we want less spending, less jobs. If you want an earlier rate cut, that's what you want. The market doesn't always react positively to rate cuts, though. A lot of the time the market reacts negatively to rate cuts, and the reason for that is because most people still think inflation needs to get under control. And so the big part of what the market does this year is going to be what happens to when the Fed chooses to cut rates. It's also an election year. Is the other nuance for markets right now. It is an election year. Typically, stocks perform well on election years. And so those are all the kind of things to consider. The other, another, nuance of the market currently is real estate. Mortgage rates are still very high. The mortgage associations don't think mortgage rates are going to come down very much this year. So they're expecting mortgage rates to stay high. And so what does that mean for mortgages, of course, and what does that mean for banks? Banks, a big portion of their business is lending on mortgages, right? And nobody really wants to pay 7-8% right now in mortgages. So real estate volume is down. And commercial properties, specifically over the last 5 years, have taken an absolute beating. Mostly because of, one of the reasons is over the last couple years is interest rates, or the last year I should say is interest rates. But another reason is simply because commercial properties are being seen as more obsolete now. Technology growth, especially in 2020, where you had companies like Zoom and streaming and conferencing softwares take off, that's negatively affecting commercial because, again, businesses are realizing they don't need to pack a warehouse full of people and pay rent in these big expensive warehouses. They could just pay for business conferencing software. Margins are better. Productivity is roughly the same. And I think that's bad for commercial. And I think that's something that is a very obvious outcome of technology growth, in that, businesses more and more over time are going to need less physical work and more digital work. And I think that's a very self-evident thing into the future of technology. So yeah, anyways, we got 5 minutes, guys. 6 minutes, really. A little bit less than 6. Well, it depends on how you look at inflation. All right, guys. Hey, we got 5 minutes left. What will these numbers show? Again, hit the live button next to the play button. I certainly appreciate it. Hit the notification bell. I appreciate that too. Slap that like button. Hit that subscribe button. All right, man. Oh. Yeah, yesterday was a good day. My wife had, she had a test that was being done. I'm not going to be too specific about what test it was, but she had a test being done. And everything was negative, and, so that's great news. So, what do you guys think jobless claims are going to show up as? The expectation is 220, right? So 220K. What number do you think jobless claims are going to show up as? Let me know. $245. I'm gonna go with 218. I'm gonna go with 218. Give me your last minute prediction. I see 285, 209, 233. I'm gonna go with 218, 245. I don't think it's gonna be that high. It could be. I don't know. I'm gonna go with 218. Kind of flat, but slightly down. How do you think if we had lower unemployment claims and the Dow could drop? I think we could. I don't know if we're going to, though. It's very difficult to predict. I think most of the time the market recently has been reacting negatively to more claims, or positively to more claims, I mean, because less people working, less people spending, and less inflation fears. But it's certainly not a guaranteed correlation. It's certainly not guaranteed. You're being generous? I'm just guessing. I really have no freaking idea what this number is going to be, and I'm the only person that'll be honest about it. In your opinion, how does jobless claims numbers affect the market? Well, lately, higher claims is worse, lower claims is better. Or no, lately, I'm sorry, higher claims is better, lower claims is worse. Anything that produces more spending is seen as a negative recently, but it doesn't mean it's going to stay that way, especially for this report. We don't know. All right, team, we got about 3 minutes left. About 3 minutes. This is a couple minutes early, so we got about 3 minutes left. Remember, hit the live button next to the play button. I'm also going to throw it in sub-only mode. So I'm going to throw it in sub-only mode, so if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I appreciate it. Some people are just in denial. I don't know about the world economy. The U.S. economy is certainly not into a recession, though, Thomas. We're actually more on the other side of that spectrum, in which we're more so looking at like we are in a inflated market more so than a recession market. You know, a recession would be losing GDP consecutively quarter to quarter, 2 quarters in a row. As well as low unemployment or high unemployment, and I don't think we have either of those things. Even if the conventional technical definition is 2 consecutive losing GDP quarters, and we're not there either. We had that years and years ago, but again, I think anybody looking at the U.S. market objectively understands that we're certainly not in a recession right now. I think people got to pay less attention to news. News's job is to sensationalize and get clicks. We're certainly not in a recession right now. Is it still bad news is good? I think so, but I'm not 100% sure. Nobody does. All right, so again, this is not the time. We still have like a full minute left here, so this is a little bit early today. Palantir bouncing. I'm going to put the broad market ETFs up just for this report so we can see. I'm going to put gold up on the right side too. Again, we got about 1,000 people here. Everybody announce yourself, show us you're subscribed. We appreciate the love. Thanks so much. Again, we got 30 seconds left or so, 30 seconds. We got over 1,000 people here. Let's see what these numbers show up as. All right, team, get ready. 10 seconds, 15 seconds left. All right, guys, here we go. Here's the report. We got about 7 seconds left or so. Let's see what these numbers show up as. All right, there's the reading. All right, jobless claims came in at 218,000. 218,000. Dude, did I get it exactly right again, bro? How? Hey, you're welcome, guys. Dude, we got 218,000 jobless claims numbers. Hey, you're welcome, team. I don't know how I do this, but man, top 3 economic report guessers in the world right now. 218K, you're welcome. Jobless claims numbers. Market so far is reacting slightly positively to this, but mostly flat because this is a neutral reading here. We're at 297.40s. 297.40s. Just to put this in perspective, my guess prior, like about 20 minutes ago, was 218, and we dropped at 218. Hey, I don't know how I did that too, man. Again, I use balance in my predictions. I use balance. Bro, they could come look at everything and they're gonna see I'm just straight up guessing this number correctly. You're welcome, guys. 218K for jobless claims numbers. I'm not sure how I do this. I've gotten the last 4 CPI reports completely right, exactly right in a row as well. I told you guys about yeah, so again, we'll see how this how markets react to this. Is a slightly lower report than expected, signaling more economic growth. So this signals a little bit more economic growth than expected, but it's pretty much flat. And so we'll see if the market reacts at all to this. Gold breaking down some. The Q is pretty much flat as well from this. But yeah, just to put it into perspective, we guessed this exactly right. Again, very weird, to be honest. And again, I think I told you guys before, you know, I was watching baseball last baseball season, and every time I would put on a game, the next person at bat would hit a home run, right? And it happened like 3 or 4 times in a row until I got kind of weird about it, and I started kind of tripping out about it. And I told my wife and daughter one day laying in bed, I said, hey, you know, the last couple times I put on baseball games, MLB games, the next person at bat hits a home run. And they said, okay, well, let's test it. So I put on an Angels game, and you know, they're sitting there joking around like, ha ha ha. Next person at bat hits it over left field, and their jaws freaking drop. They're like, what? And I was even freaked out by it, to be honest. We tried it again a couple times later, and it didn't work. But like, it was weird for a little while. Maybe the same thing's going on. Maybe I'm just in tune with the universe here. All right. I'm not saying I'm top 3 predictors, but I'm definitely top 3 predictors. Anyways, these numbers came in 218,000, 218K. And we'll see if they hold. Yeah, go Astros. I really don't know how I keep getting these right, though. Again, I'm using balance in my predictions is what I'm doing. I'm using balance. We're actually in a really weird point. I agree. We're not in a recession because people keep spending money. However, the vast majority of people spending money over... Yeah, they're spending money because they have to. I agree. It's just really weird. Fed saying they are looking for job market cooling. Yeah, but I don't necessarily think the market's going to respond in the same way the Fed does this time, but who knows? All right, so the Fed's barking says economic data has been remarkable across the board, but it's cautious about the accuracy of numbers at the turn of the year, according to Bloomberg TV interview. Google said they're going to begin charging about $20 a month, $19.99 a month for its most powerful chatbot, Gemini Advanced, according to the Wall Street Journal. Ralph Lauren posted earnings as well. Who's winning the Super Bowl? The Super Bowl. You know, for whatever reason, I don't think I'm that good at predicting things outside of economic data and maybe baseball games. I think I think it's probably going to be the Chiefs. I think Mahomes is going to become I think it's probably going to be the Chiefs. Pure coincidence on my brother on the home runs. Yeah, no, I'm just kind of joking around. It was I don't actually believe that. Like, I don't actually believe that. Yeah, I don't actually believe that. I do believe I'm just lucky in that way. I think I'm just getting a little bit lucky. I think statistics wise, like, people are gonna, because there's so much data that goes through our head on a regular basis, I'm sometimes gonna guess it right, and that's okay. That doesn't mean anything supernatural is going on, and I agree with that. Nvidia at $6.99. It's just a weird thing, it's a weird thing. I've never thought the simulation / law of attraction. I think they're both related. If we are in a simulation, I think it might give more validity to the law of attraction concept and theory, but I don't necessarily agree with any of that stuff. I'm too skeptical as a person to believe in that stuff. And I think the simulation theory is interesting, but yeah. Do you mean Requiem for a Dream? It's bad. One of the scariest movies in the world. Top 3 for sure. The gap is becoming stronger. Yeah. Pick the score. Nah, I'm good. I don't know what the score is going to be. All right, so the SPY actually reacting positively to lower claims. So could this signal that the market still wants more people working, and maybe the market wants economic growth as opposed to inflation fears? I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Does the market still fear inflation in that way? Here, let's end this poll and let's do another poll. Okay, so it's not Requiem of a Dream. Requiem for a Dream. Not a bad movie. It's a great movie, but it's super scary. If you haven't seen Requiem for a Dream, scary freaking movie, man. I would classify it as a horror movie. Does the market still fear the labor does the market still fear jobs? Is the question. Yes or no? Also, guys, if you haven't already, check out one of my sponsors, Chart Prime. It's a trading view service you can use in stocks, forex, futures, crypto, whatever you want to use it on, you can use it. And again, I can't guarantee you're going to make money with it. Nobody can. It is a sponsor of mine, and so of course I'm biased in its favor because, you know, they pay me money. But incredibly powerful tool, in my opinion. Incredibly powerful tool. Again, take my bias into consideration, though, of course, like you always should. But again, let's take a look at the strong signals that we've gotten in this one. Let's take a look at the signals that we've gotten just over the last week or two, or over the last couple days. So here's today's signals for Chart Prime. And again, this is a trading view service. You can use it with anything on a symbol on trading view. But check it out. Sell signal, dip. Strong buy signal, bounce. Strong sell signal, dip. Strong buy signal, bounce. Strong sell signal came in way back here, way back here. I got to fix my timing on trading view, but look at this beautiful dip here. So again, I would say every one of these worked. I can't guarantee they're all going to work or anything like that, but I would say every one of these worked, and you can keep going back in time if you want to check more of them. Look at the strong buy signal there. Beautiful bounce afterwards. Beautiful bounce. This sell signal probably didn't work, but again, it's just genuinely impressive here, man. Look at that strong buy signal too showing up on the chart. Beautiful bounce. This one dipped as well, but again, I can't guarantee it's going to work. Nobody can. They are a sponsor of mine. But you can use these on any time frame, and it's, again, in my opinion, it's genuinely impressive. Look at the SPY rip up here. Guys, you could use these on the SPY as well. So you could use these on a SPY. Look, I could put a SPY chart up, and I can put a hourly chart up. Let's try a 15-minute chart. I think I tried 15-minute not too long ago, and it was actually, legit as well. Yeah, this one's struggling to load. Let's try an hourly chart. I haven't really tried a daily chart either. But look at the strong signals. Say if you just bought these strong signals that showed up, look at how accurate this would be. Okay, this is an hourly chart. Okay, so this is an hourly chart. Let's say you just bought these strong signals. All right, let's back test that yourself. All right, strong, beautiful bounce. Strong, you got a nice little follow through. Look at this strong signal here. Literal days of bullish action. Let's keep going back. Look at the strong signal here. And I think some of these other ones are going to work. Like this one, we got a dip. This one, we got a dip. But again, look at the strong signal here. Beautiful bounce. Strong signal here. Literally called the bottom. Strong signal here. Literally called the bottom of that trend. And so I can't fake this. You know, I would test it yourself. Nothing's going to work all the time, right? But I would test it yourself to see if it works for you, because I think it can be legitimately powerful, and you can figure out what it works. There's tons of other stuff that they have too. There's back testers, oscillators, if you like RSI. They have their own custom oscillator, screeners, all that good stuff. And again, they're a sponsor of mine. It's like $40. $40. If you want to help support your boy here in this channel, you can check out the link right here. But anyways, look at the SPY rip back up. It's almost up to 498. So where's the lifetime highs on the SPY right now? Lifetime high is still 498.50. So the SPY is getting close to lifetime highs. Again, new lifetime high is right here at 498.50. So again, man, we've been right around lifetime high territory for a while now. And equities are starting to run up too. We're up nicely on the day in our equities portfolio, a little bit over $100. Palantir finally starting to dip a little bit as well, but still, we're getting some really, really nice gains. Gold sitting there. Look, here's gold. So gold trying. Here's Palantir. Top 3 dippiest dips in the world. Let me check the poll numbers here. What the poll numbers show up as? 66% say yes, the market still fears jobs. The other sponsor of mine is a company called Top Step. If you want to day trade futures, there's no PDT rule. And most pro day traders actually trade futures. The reason most pro day traders trade futures is because there's no PDT rule. You can day trade, short, buy market, sell market, all that good stuff, and day trade essentially the Q in what's called the NASDAQ, essentially the SPY price action in what's called the E-mini. It's what the SPY follows as the S&P. You can day trade the S&P with pre-market in futures, no PDT rule, buy market, sell market, all that good stuff. There's better liquidity in futures. If I put up the futures contract of the NASDAQ, this is the same price action as the Q, but there's better liquidity typically. And you can get in with a market order in futures in pre-market. So look, it's the same price action. Consolidation, bounce here on the QQQ. But I can day trade this middle one, no PDT rule. Top Step's the most legit funded program in that they give you a demo and they test your skill. And if you can pass the test, they fund you the same amount as the demo. And it creates this situation. And again, they're a sponsor of mine as well. I'm incredibly biased in their favor because they pay me money. But it's an incredibly useful thing because it limits your risk. If you don't have that much money and you want to get started, and if you're a new day trader, almost all new day traders lose. And so it makes absolutely no sense to put up thousands of dollars trying to day trade yourself. Makes absolutely no sense because you're probably just going to give that back to the market pretty quickly. I know I did. Hedge with the funded account program. The base one's $49. They give you a 50K demo. If you can hit 3K in profit on that demo without losing 2K, and there's some other rules and conditions you have to follow. If you can do that, they fund you 50K with a 90% split. You get to keep your first 10K in profit as well. There's free funding coaches, and they pay out millions every year in actual withdrawals. They fund thousands a year. Again, they're a sponsor of mine. You want to confirm all this stuff with them. And again, always remember here, team, I'm terrible at this stuff and have no idea what I'm talking about. But again, it's important to understand, guys, that most day traders lose. And so again, I think most day traders are going to lose on Top Step as well, but it's just going to be able to hedge against losing real money. If you lose Top Step, you're out $49 for the base one, $150 for the top one. Relative to losing thousands, that makes a lot of sense. But if you're good enough to get funded, 90% split, you're still keeping most of your profit anyway. In that regard, it just makes, in my opinion, it makes sense. But of course, I'm biased. Bro, I have lost it. 20K. Please help my parents. Bro, stop trading, dude. Stop trading. If you're losing 20K, bro, number one, like, what are you doing? You're gambling, brother. Stop it. Just put the trading account up, dude. I would say, like, if you're losing that much, you might want to just walk away, bro. If you're losing that much money, you're probably gambling. And I think a lot of gamblers are justifying their existence in trading because it looks a lot better than the casino, again, if you told somebody, hey, I made 5K in roulette, they're going to say, bro, you're a degenerate gambler. You say, hey, I made 5K in the stock market, they're going to say, oh, wow, you're a genius, trading genius, prodigy, savant. And so, yeah, I don't know, bro. No offense. I'm not trying to hate. Just stop it. I wish you the best. I hope you make some money. Anyways, Q dipping down a little bit. NASDAQ trying to hold. Palantir up there. Hey, congrats, Justin. That's great. Yeah, people arguing in the chat. Y'all chill out. You'll be okay. Just, if you're arguing, just stop it. It's like jiu-jitsu. If you get taken down, just stand up. If you're losing money, just stop trading. I don't know about quitting trading. Maybe take a step back. If you're quitting, you'll never learn. I would say scale down your size dramatically, or paper trade is probably a better move. Scale down your size. You don't need to trade crazy large. The biggest mistake most new traders make in trading, and I partially blame gurus, but they get started in trading and they end up just losing so much money because what they do is they idolize and romanticize like these big users on social media that are posting all these crazy big gains and all this stuff. Most of them are nonsense, number one, but they idolize them and they want to mimic them and emulate their trading, and so they end up trying to do the same thing and just losing everything they have. In the end, most people are full of crap, and most traders lose money. And so if you trade crazy big, you're probably going to lose that too, especially in the beginning. All right, bud. Love you, man. Bye. Bye, buddy. Love you, dude. Hey, hold on. All right, guys. Sorry, my son's off to school. Yeah, again, I think the biggest problem is that people want to flash big gains on social media and look cool. They want to be trading savants instead of learning. And I think the Dunning-Kruger effect is a very powerful thing in trading, especially for somebody that gets beginner's luck. If you don't know what the Dunning-Kruger effect is, it basically means that people who have the least amount of experience think they know the most. People who have the most amount of experience understand how little they know. And so, you know, it's one of the reasons you see like 18-year-olds with braces trying to act like stock market gurus, slanging courses and mentorship programs and services, because they're brand new and maybe they genuinely think they're that good. Experienced traders recognize that they're not. And experienced traders understand that. And so the smartest thing you could do is just scale down your size. Like, you don't need to trade crazy big size in markets. Like, the way you should always approach markets is you paper trade first. If you show success paper trading, you can transition to either a funded account program like Top Step and try to get funded and trade that way. Link is in the description. Shameless plug. Cough, cough, cough. They're a sponsor. I'm biased. Or you can put up your own money, but trade very, very small. Like, very, very small, right? Like, buy 5 shares. You know, you show success with 5 shares, then scale up to 10. You show success with 10, scale up to 20. You show success with 20, you know, continue to scale up with decent sample sizes of data so that you can know you're actually having decent success and you're not just lucky. Variance is a real thing. Variance is very profound in trading. It's like poker. I'm a poker player. You know, I could have pocket aces and lose to 6-7 offsuit. Does it mean the 6-7 offsuit guy was a great poker player? No, he just had positive variance most likely. He could be good, I don't know. But variance is real. And so you might do everything right and still lose in trading, just like you might have pocket aces and still lose in poker. But when you zoom out over a large sample size, if you're a good poker player, you're going to make money. And if you're a good trader, you're going to make money, most likely. But it's certainly real. And so the larger you try to trade in the beginning, the more money you'll probably lose trying to look cool. 6-7 suited. Well, 6-7 suited is a suited connector. It's really not a bad hand. And if your opponents make it cheap for you to enter that flop, they deserve to lose. There's a lot more nuance to it than what I'm saying in poker. I love poker, but I'm just using that as an example for trading, and you know, because again, they're very similar. Like, calculating pot odds in poker is very similar to calculating risk reward in trading. You know, like, you might have 2-7 offsuit, the worst hand in poker, 2-7 offsuit. Right? But if you're in a 12-person game and 12 people call for $10 and the pot's $120 and you just got to put in $10 to potentially win 120, you know, you got 12-1 pot odds, you know. In certain situations, it might still be a good move to put that money in, even if you got the worst hand in poker. So, you know, point is, variance is real. You might do everything right and lose. You might do everything wrong and win. And I think doing everything wrong and winning and trading is a recipe to lose a lot of money. What's up, dude? What is that? What? Hey, no. Bring back my guy. Here, no, that's mine, dude. I know you're not supposed to bring stuff to school. You know.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna come.
Okay, thank you, buddy. Bro, you probably couldn't even carry that, dude. Try to curl that thing with one arm. Try to curl that thing with one arm. Yeah, that thing's heavy, dude. Honestly, okay, there you go, look. Flex it on me. Prove me wrong. Good job, dude. All right, go put it up. All right, hey, put that up. That thing's expensive, man. I don't know, your mom got it for me. I'm just trying to tell you that so you put it down. All right, I love you, buddy. Hey. I mean, you can hang out in here, but just don't mess with anything. Especially don't go over there by the cords and stuff. Everybody say hey to my son Jack. He's here hanging out today, living life. How you doing, buddy? Come on, man. Everybody, leave my gold Wall Street bets guy alone. Yeah, this guy. Here, let me see. Let me show the stream. Okay, yeah. Here, there's the camera. This Wall Street Bets guy is, here, now don't go near the cords, bro. Listen, you're right next to the cord that plugs my computer in, buddy. Yeah, so this cord, or this Wall Street Bets guy, my wife got me this a long time ago. He's been sitting on top of my heater. But he's the Wall Street Bets guy. Here, get away from the cords, buddy. Go on the other side of me, dude. There you go. There you go. Got the LSU hat, huh? Palantir started to dip down. Yeah, see, hey, Jack. I was saying hey. I call my son dude, too. Yeah. Here, buddy, please stop coming over here, man. Buddy, hey, I love you. Don't go over there again. Yeah. That's coffee, buddy. You all right? Here, go wipe your hands off. Hey, I love you, okay? Look, I'm not trying to get on to you, all right? I love you, buddy. Have a good day at school, man. All right. Love you. All right, my son just spilled coffee on him. He walked off with my hat, though. I see him. He's trying to be slick. All right, so again, NASDAQ back up. Q back up. Let's see if we hold here. Where's Tesla at today? Oh, there we go. I'm back. All right, we're at 189s. ARM at 98s. Yeah, it's a fun age. They can actually talk and, like, you know, hang out with you. But they're still young and, you know, it's a cool age. Apple's trying to go green on the day, so look at Apple. So here's Apple on the middle chart. Apple at 189s. Here, 189s. Trying to hold. Man, ARM is just up so much. Disney at 107s right now. 107s. Palantir are very strong over the last few days. Is ARM a good entry point right now? I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. Apple at 189.40s here. So Apple, again, you can see the previous closing price. It is right up here. Right up there. So let's see if it actually holds. We'll see. All right, so again, we're going to see if it actually holds. Again, Disney had a really good day. It's at 107s. We're in at like $90 a share, so we're up a ton on that trade. We love big percentage-wise, too. Yeah, we're up, you know, we're up like roughly 10%, I would say. Roughly 10% gain on the Disney trade. Apple up a lot as well. NVIDIA is still testing $700 a share. Still testing 700. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to hit that or what it's going to look like. But yeah, testing those levels now. Palantir. Jack in the Box. You know, listen, I'm a big, you know, Jack in the Box fan, you know. 50-cent tacos, I mean, how can you hate it? But I haven't been there in so long. And so I don't know how I feel about Jack in the Box as a company, though. You know, I like Jack in the Box food. I never really eat it anymore, though. I'm at the age now in my 30s where I fear food. I never used to fear food. Like, I never used to have guilt when I ate a cupcake. Like This Is 40, the movie. Like, I'm at that age now. I eat a couple churros. I'm feeling guilty, you know. And so that's kind of where I'm at in my life right now. If I eat something, I ate a brownie last night before bed. Feel terrible about it this morning. And so with that, I don't go to Jack in the Box as much as I used to. But still, 50-cent tacos. You love to see them. Yeah, I don't know how Arby's is even still in business, in all honesty. Unless they get like a really good location, I don't know how Arby's is still in business. Apple Divvy Day? Is it Divvy time for Apple? I've got all these stocks that I'm holding, and I don't even know when they drop divvies. I just kind of take advantage of them as I get them, but... Okay, so Divvy Day is the 12th. So I guess I'm going to sit in it, but... Again, Palantir at 2370s. Palantir will grow into its valuation and not selling that for a long time. Wish I had guilt. I eat ice cream every night. I need to stop. I mean, I think for a long time, for like weeks and weeks, I would eat cookies and milk. Is like my, I would heat up warm cookies. Like I would get lemon cookies, and then I would get chocolate chip cookies, and I would heat them up in the microwave for like 40 seconds, and then I would get a spoon and some milk, and I would dip them in the milk and then eat them. I did that for weeks until I just felt so guilty about it. I stopped. Trying to eat healthier now. The country singer. Oh, sorry, I'm muted. Do y'all think Snap has hit its bottom? I hope so. I mean, I'm in it right now, but who knows? Snap has a ton of daily active users. It's always had monetization problems, so it's hard to monetize because it's such short form content, and it's just been more difficult to monetize Snap relative to other social media companies, and so they've had a hard time, finding profits. But they still have hundreds of millions of daily active users, and I think they're still very relevant to young people. Like I have a daughter, and my daughter says that all her friends have. I don't let my daughter use social media, but she says all her friends have Snap and stuff. So, yeah, Snapchat's still pretty big among young people, I think. Apple trying to go green. Q still on the left. Disney had good earnings. Yeah, Disney certainly reacted positively to the earnings. It announced that Disney announced plans to repurchase 45 billion shares in 2024. Or maybe not, or $45 billion worth of shares in 2024. They also had, I think they had good EPS and rev, good guidance, and then planned share repurchase in 2024 is what's bumping Disney up. If you have a show, Philip, and you want me to come on as a guest, message me on Discord, bro. Just don't promote it here, Too many people come to the stream just trying to get free promotion, and that's just not how you grow on YouTube. But if you have a, just join our Discord. I'll put the link up. Yeah, y'all join our Discord. It's completely free. It doesn't cost a penny. The interesting Palantir. But yeah, if you want to join our Discord, here's the link. Yeah, Toby Keith. That's what I'm saying. Like, you hear stuff like that. You also hear Chadwick Boseman. You know what I mean? And it's like Toby Keith died of stomach cancer. Chadwick Boseman died of colon cancer. So, you know, I'm gonna be taking shots of kombucha like crazy all week, or all year, I guess. Palantir back up over the volume weighted average price 200 EMA level. Apple's still testing underneath it. Yeah, all good, Philip. Thanks, man. Love you. Yeah, so Apple up there. Hey man, are we gonna dump anytime soon? Any recession in 2025? Any red candles that we can go really low again? I don't know, man. Like I'm not. I mean, I know I got the jobless claims number right, top 3 correct guys in the world right now, but I have no idea if we're gonna pull back, if we're gonna dip, what that looks like. I have genuinely no idea. Nobody does. We're all just kind of throwing out guesses. Yeah, we've been lucky enough to get it right. CPI actually, we've gotten 4 in a row. I'm kind of stressed out going into next week. I got my reputation to live up to in CPI predictions. And again, we've gotten the last 4 CPI correct. You can check the streams. Exactly right. We've gotten all 4 of them. Exactly right. I want to short cruises. Cruises, that kind of news from people getting sick on them has been rampant over the last like 5 years, I would say. Cruise ships are sketchy. I'm not going to get on one. My parents were big cruise people. Like, they used to bring us on cruises as a kid. Overcrowded. I get seasick. My bias is against them, you know. I got seasick on a cruise ship, so you know it's bad. But as for shorting them, I don't know, man. They've already been down a lot. So that's questionable, I would say. All right, so we don't have any other stuff today, do we? Economics-wise, right? Let's see. I don't think so. We got some wholesale inventories at 10. That's it. So nothing really big. Pretty small release, in all honesty. All right, so next week, inflation CPI data expected to come in at 0.3%, 0.3%. How important is CPI seasonal factor revision in the morning? Not super important. I mean, we'll cover it, but it's not like big. Okay, we got a scammer in our Discord that joined yesterday. Yeah, we got a scammer that joined yesterday. We're gonna have to boot him out of there. Hey, got you, Blaze. What's your username, bro? Uh. All right. Let me see. Sorry. All right, guys. Palantir back up to 20, almost 24, just under 24. Again, we got some movement trying to go through there. We'll see if we actually hold. But all right, it's getting hot in here. So hot. Again, Palantir up to almost $24 a share. $24 a share. We'll see if it holds. What do you guys think is going to happen at the opening bell? We got 22 minutes left. 22 minutes left. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to get. Don't judge me, but I have a sleeveless shirt on. I don't even want to hear. Get your mind out the gutter, guys. All right. Who's selling shoes in main trading channel? Is somebody selling shoes in here, guys? All right. I don't like those shoes. I think those shoes are ugly. Jay Medina. I don't like those shoes, bro. This earnings season, I've seen some of the greediest moves in the market by both bulls and bears. I can't really knock the bulls right now. I mean, if you're right, you're right. You know, even if it is greedy, I mean, you know, I can't really knock the bulls. You know what I mean? If you're right, you're right. The bears just get hella emotional about it, though. That's the only thing that I can't stand is like, you know, a lot of them are just mad that they missed out on these big runs, and so they're just mad about it. And again, I'm not mad at you if you're bearish as long as you're respectful about it. And again, I could probably agree that we're too high up. I think we're a little bit too extended up here. So, yeah. Again, I could probably agree we're a little too high up. Under Armour. You really don't like them? I wear a lot of Under Armour. I don't trust Under Armour as a company. I don't trust a lot of fashion brands, though. Fashion brands are vulnerable long-term because trends change. People change. New generations sprout up, and they don't like the previous generation stuff. They might like this newer generation loves the 90s, and so like my daughter's generation, they obsess over the 90s. Like they're dressing like I dressed in freaking elementary school. I used to rock Jinkos in elementary school. Every Friday was free dress Friday, and I would wear Airwalks and Jinkos to school with a pocket chain. I was the coolest 5th grader ever. My daughter's generation now kind of mimics that style. A little bit different, but very similar. Same haircut, too. I used to have the haircut where I used to have the long hair. And my hair's curly, right? Like, I don't know if y'all see my hair when it's long, but my hair is curly. I used to have the haircut that was long in middle school, and it parted right down the middle, kind of like this, you know? Like, it parted right down the middle like this. But it was long, right? Think of like... if you've ever seen Murder by Numbers, like think of the nerdy kid's hair in Murder by Numbers. Let me pull up this kid. Let me see. Where's this kid at? Let me find him. That was me in 5th grade. I can't really find a good picture of him, so I'm just gonna do this. It was like this. All right, I was like this kid, but it was more like this. You know, it was a little bit more in the front, and then this side was like, oh, let me mess this up here. Oh no, it disappeared. All right, yeah. All right, so it was kind of like this. You know, that was me. A little bit longer though, so it was kind of like here. I used to like, I was rocking a lot of gel at the time. You know, this is me in 6th grade. Right, 5th grade, 6th grade. The ladies loved it. Okay, the ladies loved it. All right, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, this is me in 6th grade. Anyways, back to stocks. Q up to 431s. Let's see, we're right around that previous closing price. Right around the previous close. Yeah, Doc Martens. Everybody had a pair of Doc Martens in the 90s. Everybody had a pair. Yeah, I don't know what it's freaking called, Nate, but maybe, possibly. I had my Jinkos. You know, I had my long parted hair. You know, I had my pocket chain. You know, we'd play hockey. We'd play rollerblade hockey in the school parking lot after school, you know. Just living life. 5th grade. Airwalks. I had Airwalks. This was before, like, Vans had their resurgence, so I had Airwalks. Yeah. Definitely not blue. It was my normal color. I've never dyed my hair in my life. Actually, I have. So one year, my sister talked me into bleaching my hair in the early 2000s. This was right in the heart of like Abercrombie and Hollister. Like the OC had just came out, you know. You walk into Abercrombie and it would be like smell cologne everywhere, you know. My sister, I remember, took hydrogen peroxide with a toothbrush and like, you know, sat down with one of her friends and dyed my hair. It's the only time I've ever dyed my hair in my life. My sister did one time. Disney chart. All right, bro. Listen, you've been saying Disney chart for all morning, so I will put it up. Disney at 107s right now. 107s. Tenth grade, Kurt Cobain. Rest in peace. 5th to 8th grade, I had depressed teen emo phase. Yeah, didn't we all? I still listen to some of that old alternative music, like Brand New. I still listen to Brand New a little bit. You know, there's still some old emo songs that are they're just good. You know, I listen to old rap too. I listen, you know. All right, team. Look at Disney though, living life, making moves up. We have 14 minutes left. 14 minutes. I was thinking you would have the Bieber cut. My hair was so long, like so in my 20s, in my early 20s, my late teens, early 20s, I had shaggy curly hair. And I refused to get a haircut. I used to just cover it up with a hat. Y'all would be shocked if y'all saw it. Like, let me find it. I have an old picture of this. I think I sent it to Pawn a long time ago. Let me see. I gotta find it. Here, let me search. I don't know where this picture went. It wasn't that long ago. All right, team. Palantir up to 2390s. Disney at 10730s. Yeah, it's gonna be. I don't know where this picture is. It wasn't that long ago, but. Oh, here it is. I found it, guys. Listen, look at this picture. Okay, I found it. Y'all want to see? Y'all want to see Teen John? You know, Teen John. I can't show you the bottom half of this picture, but y'all want to see Teen John? Look at this picture of me. I found. I'm actually putting up a vulgar hand sign. Let me see if I can cut out a little bit more of it so you can see it. Let me see. Look at Teen John. Look at this. There he is. Palantir up to 2390s. Up to 2390s. What a picture. Yeah. Vanilla Ice? Y'all are funny, man. I can laugh at myself, though. I was hilarious back then, man. Just absolutely hilarious. Unironically hilarious, you know. Y'all gotta understand, I'm from South Louisiana, and I was a skateboarder, okay, is what it was. I was a skateboarder at the time. Hey, we got 19 minutes left, or we got 11 minutes left. I was a skateboarder at the time, okay? I had long curly hair, all right? I don't know what the hat says, dude. I probably got it at a Louisiana gas station somewhere, in all honesty. It looks like that. But yeah, that is early 2000s John. All right, maybe late 2000s. Oh, I was definitely that kid too, Justin. I was the kid that I would crack jokes too much at school. I got in trouble for it, for sure. All right, anyways, Disney, we're at 107s. Yeah, age goes quick as you get older, for sure. Looking like a background dancer for Britney Spears. I could have been. I'm a terrible dancer, though. Yeah, beardless John. Yeah, this was at the time where I couldn't actually grow a full beard. You know, so I couldn't grow a full beard at the time. And so I would grow like a little bitty goatee with like a little bit of hair right here, you know, and I thought I looked old, but really it just made me look younger, you know. 10 minutes, guys. All right, we got 9 minutes left. Nvidia up to 699. It's still trying to make moves. Palantir sideways, but it's over the 200 EMA and the volume weighted average price. So it's over those levels. Do you think Disney will hit 110 with the Epic Game news? Maybe. I mean, it's possible for sure. It's right up there to 107s. It's only got to go up it only has to go up $2.65 right now to hit that. So it doesn't have to get far. It could certainly. I'm not saying it will, but it's up there enough to. All right, Nvidia at 699.20s here, team. 699.20s. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I'll have to ask my friend Kelly for some old pictures. She's got all these old pictures. This is actually with my friend Kelly. I'm taking a picture with my friend Kelly, but I took her out of the picture just so she wouldn't be on the internet. But yeah. I'll have to ask her for some more old pictures of myself. Did you guys take a look at ARM? Yeah, I'm already in ARM. I got an ARM IPO day, never sold. Or no, I sold some, but I'm still in some. It's at 98.20s. My average price is 63.50s. I'm pretty sure I got in at IPO day. It opened up at 56. I got it at 63.50s. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I got in on IPO day. Held it for a couple months down, and then it just made some big bounces back up here. Look at ARM on the middle chart. All right, guys. Let me see. Sorry, I'm trying to take this old picture of me. But edit it so that it's not bad. All right. Palantir still trying to make moves. Disney pulling back. So we're going to day trade at the opening bell too. We're going to day trade some futures as well. How much time do we have? We got 5 minutes. All right, team ARM down to 95.40s. 95.40s. Palantir. All right, look at ARM dumping down here. Should I take a little bit of profit on ARM? I think I might need to. Let's put the SPY up. SPY at 498. See, I'm going to take a little bit off of ARM just because, I mean, I'm already up so much. All right, we took a little bit off. We took half off. I think I kind of have to. What price are you buying Disney? My average price on Disney, I think, is 90. Let me see. My average price on Disney is $90.96. But that's after I sold a little bit. It was lower, I think, but. We trade both. SPY at 498. So SPY tried to go green on the day. Still technically red. Look at the polo pawn, beardless polo pawn. Hey, yeah, I used to have a skater polo just like that. All right, hey guys, we got the market open in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. We just watch to see how the market opens before we. You mean PE on Disney? Not too good. What's the PE trades? Or what's the PE level right now for Disney? I'm not sure. I haven't looked at Disney PE in a while. I'm not really worried about Disney PE. We'll see how it opens. SPY right under the previous close. DraftKings. All right, we'll see. All right, guys, less than a minute. Less than a minute. Looking at our poll numbers, we asked the market, we asked the stream, does the market still fear jobs? 59% say yes, the market still fears jobs. 41% say no, the market doesn't still fear jobs. All right, so NVIDIA now over 700s again, testing the previous closing price. Trying to go green short term around the opening bell. Look at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA at 701s right now, 701s. All right, guys. The market's about to open up right now. Jobless claims reports out. The numbers might be right below me, right around this area here, below me. All right, Palantir broke highs again at the opening bell, over 24s. The SPY rejected the previous closing price as well as NVIDIA here. We're going to let things play out and then start day trading some. Arm all the way back up. And again, guys, subscribe if you haven't. Yeah, we have the man, look at the SPY rip, but hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. I appreciate it. We're down to 498s. NVIDIA up to 699. So look at the SPY dip. We're still at the 200 EMA volume weighted average price. I want to see if we test those levels first. ARM all the way back up. Palantir dipping down some. NVIDIA starting to fall. Apple starting to fall. Where's Tesla at? Tesla's basically giving back all the gains it made on the day. All right, Palantir up there. What's up, Sam? Hey, I see it, bro. I saw it just now. All right, guys. So, again, SPY bouncing right around that 200 EMA volume-weighted average price level. AMC doing well. Is it really? I mean, AMC... I hit ANC as an accident, and it's a... I don't know what it's doing. AMC... Wait, why? Okay, somebody answer this for me real quick. I type in ANC. like N is in Nancy, ANC. And on TOS, it pulls up a chart that looks virtually identical to AMC. Why? Is this like some weird type of warrants or something? No, that's very odd. I don't know why it does that. SPY trying to go back up, bouncing right at that 200 EMA volume weighted average price. Look at Nvidia though. Nvidia over 700 or testing 700 for a second. Got up to 701. Palantir back up to these high levels again too. All right, Nvidia trying to go green and get on right over that previous closing price. Still trying to hold. All right, Nvidia up to 703s, almost 703s. So Nvidia's starting to ramp back up. Let's see if this drags the rest of like AI and microchip stocks back up some too. I think it could. Phishing scams, bro. I get so many phishing scams. Like people, like again, I'm not dumb though. I'm not about to click any link. They say, oh, well, you've just won a gift card, or Verizon wants to send you this, or your PayPal account has been hacked for $500. Please click on this link, or whatever it is. That's how they usually catch you. And they look at Nvidia, guys. Nvidia shooting up to almost 706, almost 706. Nvidia up to 706. 709 is the recent. What's the lifetime high recently, though? Okay, so yeah, Nvidia might break lifetime highs here. So again, looking at the previous lifetime high, it was right at 707s. So 707. So the previous lifetime high was at 707. 707.21. So Nvidia just broke lifetime highs. So Nvidia just broke lifetime highs at the opening bell. That might be a justifiable bounce towards the SPY. Let me pull the Q up. So we were in like one share of the SPY from a long time ago. So I'd rather buy and sell the Q just so I can, you know, we might add to that one shared position, but all right. We're gonna look for a small little dip in the Q like this. Just because Nvidia just broke lifetime highs. And so I think we could probably start to scale into a dip here and see if Nvidia starts to make that other push. It did break lifetime highs for Nvidia. So we're in 50 shares of the Q, 75 shares of the Q. Scalp a little bit here, see if we can keep pushing up. Palantir still ramping up too. All right, so we're in 100 shares of the Q. 125, 150, 175. We'll take 200. All right, so we're in 200 shares of the Q. Looking for a small pop. Letting consolidation happen. We're watching Nvidia here closely. All right, so we took half off. We'll let the other 100 shares work. Take a little bit more off here. Let the last little 50 shares roll. Make it about 20 bucks on the trade or so, which is fine. All right, so we made about 20 bucks here, scalping this move at the opening bell. Got a little 1 minute pullback candle. We got to watch NVIDIA. The reason I cut it is because NVIDIA, this red candle's big, and it might start to slow down the Q or the NASDAQ here. Is Disney flying? I haven't even looked. Is it really? Hey, it is. Disney up to 108. It's almost 109s. I'm gonna take some profit. I kind of have to, right? Yeah, so we just cut out a lot of our Disney trade. Baba's still on his road down. I don't think I want to add any more to Baba, though. We're not in a huge position, but we're not in enough for me to add to it here for sure. Still green on the day. Alright, so here's another dip on the Q. I'm going to buy this dip here. See if we can get into another like 50, 100 shares. We got a little cushion of profit from this day trade. Alright, so there's 125 shares. Add a little bit more, 150. See, we got to watch NVIDIA a lot too. NVIDIA is very volatile. And it can drag the rest of the market down pretty quick. We can fix our average here, I guess. Take another 200 shares of the Q. Flat. Choppy right back and forth. I like the long pattern, but I also think that it's also could be showing like a choppy pattern too. So, there we go. Yeah, there's NVIDIA starting to dip. I think that's an important one to watch too. Palantir's still looking solid though. Alright, just locked in half of this. Point is to build up a cushion early in the morning. This morning, ooh, big dip. We could add back to it. We're kind of flat now in the total trade. We're right at the VWAP previous close, but that's a big drop fast. I probably got to cut this. That's a very big dip quickly. Yeah, I don't like that dip at all. That's a very big drop very quickly for the Q. Very big drop, very fast. I'm trying to see what it is. Apple is what's causing this big dip. So luckily we got out pretty much flat on the day. The only way we'll buy back into this is if we get like a big retracement back up. If we get a big retracement back up, we might play with it, but Apple just dumped all the way onto the previous close. Watch NVIDIA here. NVIDIA right at the previous closing price at VWAP level over 700. But yeah, Apple testing lows of the day now, which is kind of what's dragging the broad market in the Q. All right, so there's NVIDIA starting to turn. We'll start shorting the market too here with a little entry position. All right, so we got 50 shares short. We'll play with this and see if we get a little bit longer term trade is the plan with smaller size. See if we get like a much more broad breakdown here. If NVIDIA continues to come down, it should drag everything else back down with it. Yeah, there we go. And so that's kind of the plan here, is to take a little bit longer term trade, capitalizing on a breakdown. There we go. Take half off down here. And again, the goal is to kind of build up a cushion first and then figure out what we want to do with that cushion once we have it. We'll look to reshort if we get a little pop up here too. This looks like a weak pattern. All right, so we're in 250 shares. Didn't really have time to add any more to it, but that's okay. If we bounce up again, we'll add to this. I don't know if we're gonna have time to, but it's okay if we don't. We're trading small guys again, trying to build up a cushion first. So there we go. We'll add 100 shares short, cover half. See if we can write a breakdown, cover a little bit more. We're gonna add a little bit more. We take 50 here. We'll take 75, 100, and then that's about it. We're not gonna add any more to this. We'll bet that, or maybe we'll add. We can bet another 50. We got a little cushion on the day. Betting that we're essentially gonna break and reject that 200 EMA, which is what we're starting to do. Hopefully, at least here. I might add a little bit more. It's a small trade, so I'm trying to take a little bit larger size. I'm trying to figure out what kind of what that looks like here. 200 shares. There we go. All right, so we'll take 50. We got 100 shares left. Might add a little bit more to this too if we get right back up to that 200 EMA. I think we're just going to keep potentially rejecting here, but who knows? Apple's starting to test lows too. That looks weak. Tesla breaking back down a little bit. I don't like this at all. We'll give it a chance, but I'm going to cut this pretty quick. I don't like that rejection at all. If we get a big upwick here signaling selling pressure, we could maybe sit in this, but it depends on how this candle closes. We still got 30 seconds left. Yeah, there's a... I think it looks like a weak pattern, but I also recognize that like the 200 EMA is a very volatile level. And we're in small. There's a big upwick though. I'm going to attack that upwick. I do like that big upwick now. Five seconds and then a new candle opens up. Alright, so there's the new candle. If we get faked out here, we're just in chop. Yeah, gotta cut that. Too much risk. We're out break even on the day. Just too much risk. Kind of flat. You know, I think this might be a good short level here too. If the VWAP rejects. But we're gonna have to start back with small size. And see what Apple does right here too. We're gonna start back in with small size, I guess. Looks like we would have been right. This level right here with the volume weighted average price and the 200 EMA and the VWAP is so big. Look at Palantir all the way back up though. I guess we'll add our size back, although it's not the best fill here. I just want to see if we rejected these big levels like we look like we want to. We're kind of stagnating here in price. Tesla's starting to bounce back up. All right, so we've been kind of sideways for the last 2 or 3 minutes here. I like the short. I think it looks like a short pattern, but I also recognize that like Nvidia is very volatile, and we're just kind of getting chopped out, and so we're gonna get out mostly break even on the day. One of the reasons I'm getting out right now is because Tesla is breaking over the previous closing price. So technically Tesla is now green on the day after having a very weak open. Tesla's heavily weighted enough to where it could influence the market big, and so I just don't want to risk it, even though I think I'm probably right about the short direction, but I would rather limit my risk. And we're green on the day trading anyway, or in equities, so it's all good. Yeah, it looks like cutting those trades was the right move. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, you have to understand, I'm trading very small, trying to build up a cushion, just kind of putting out feeler trades, I guess is the easiest way to describe it. We've got chop right now, and so I'm basically flat on the day, which is fine. I'd rather be flat than super down. And I think we're starting to see some blue chips start to resurge back up. Tesla, again, technically green on the day. Nvidia hitting 700 right now, right around 700. Q technically green on the day now. Palantir broke highs again. So we were right about remember we talked about how we were worried about the market going back up, and it looks like we were right so far, at least. Look at Palantir up to almost 25s, 24.40s. Very flat sideways day so far, though, too. Yeah, I don't know any potential direction here. I'm just not really loving this. It's just too sideways and boring. I like this song. This song's good. This is my old playlist. I used to listen to this playlist over and over again, and lately I've tried to go with like the newer songs out there. Here's my problem with Twitter. Okay, here's my problem with Twitter. All right. Sometimes when people respond to, like when I get notifications for responses, right? Replying, like some people replying to my previous, how do you check what they're replying to? Like sometimes you click on it, you see somebody say something, and when you click on it, it says their reply, but it doesn't show you what they're replying to. Tesla now technically up to 188, nicely green. Palantir is still ripping up. That's my biggest issue with X, is that how do I see what they're replying to? It doesn't. There's no option to see what you replied to. How in the world are you supposed to figure it out? There's no option to either when you try to look at it. All right, guys, the market's starting to move up. Palantir starting to dip. Tesla will be the hero today. It's up. It's up. Technically, Nvidia over 700s as well. Are you winning, John? We're green on the day. We're green on the portfolio and green on the day overall. I'm losing a little bit day trading, but it's mostly flat. Can anybody help me with what I just said, though? Like, anybody on X, how do you see what post they're replying to? Very flat open, though. Apple testing lows right now, so Apple looking weak. ARM calls. Where's ARM at right now? Oh, ARM up to 112s at the opening. Wow. Shout out to ARM. Apple dipping down a little bit. So Apple's one of those ones that's kind of correcting a little bit today. Not a huge amount. John, you click on the notification and it brings you to the post. No, it doesn't. If you go to the notification, you'll see somebody like, okay, I've got this. I've got somebody responding to my earnings post. When I click on it, it brings me to that post, but it doesn't show me what they're replying to, which is a crazy part of like Twitter. Like, how can you not see what you're replying to or what the person's replying to? How are you supposed to check what they're meaning, like the context of their reply, if you can't see what post they're replying to? Maybe I'm dumb. I don't freaking know. But I can't figure out a way to do it. There's no way to check. I click on the little 3 dots. And there's no way to do it. Yeah, ARM flying up right now. Look at ARM. Under the bell, it shows my replies. Then I click on the reply, and it brings me to the post. Yeah, I don't freaking know, man. All right, there's the Q dipping down. I'll buy this betting on bullish action with 50 shares and then maybe add a little bit more to it if it rips up. Or if it pulls back down, I mean, essentially betting on bullish action. But again, what's stopping the bullish action is Apple today. What's helping it is Tesla. Look, there's 100 shares. Tesla back up to 188. He's trying to hold. All right, so we're down. We're going to add up to 200 shares here. Dip buying that previous closing price level. All right, took profit. There we go. Took more profit. Get out here with the cushion and see if it follows through. I need to scale up my size. I need a couple hundred shares probably. Where's Disney at? Yeah, is it just scrolling up? Is it that easy? Let me try it. Okay, I'm an idiot. Okay, I'm an idiot. Thank you so much. Honestly, I've been struggling with this for years. It's not really my fault because, okay, like, look. So I go to the post, right? Shout out to Dividend Dandy for following me or whatever. I don't know who that is, but he's got a little bit of a following, so shout out to him. Like, look, so an example of this, right, is I click on the post. And then when I go to it, I'm like, hey, where's the freaking reply? Apparently, all you had to do was scroll up. I'm an idiot. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Top 3 dumbest traders in the world right now. But thanks so much. Honestly, it's super helpful. Super helpful. Thanks so much. Now I know. Honestly, I was responding to a bunch of stuff and I just couldn't figure it out. All right, so we're gonna add some more to this. Add on the little pullback. Buy the dip. See if we can get 150 shares here again. Buying the same type of dip we bought originally, but with a cushion this time. So if we lose, we're back to square one. I could get up to 200 shares. Do I want to get up to 200? Looks like everybody else just sold right there like I did. Right, so there's 200. Maybe I should take 250. I feel like this is too small. Alright, so we got 250. Oh, there we go. That's better. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to take a little bit, like hundreds of shares to get reasonable size. All right, we just made about 40 bucks on that trade. Not too bad. We'll take it. Small little day trade. Disney's up though, 108s. We're up over 100 in equities trading today, or in trading and investing, in swing trading. All right, guys. Hey, I'm probably gonna close it down. All right, anyways. Did you buy 1350 of the Q at the same time? No. I bought, the biggest position I had was just now. I bought, like, was it 250 shares of the Q? Just to show you, like, people say, hey, well, you know, have you withdrawn from Top Step yet? And I always tell them no. And the reason I tell them no is because, look, I'm funded on Top Step. And Top Step is great. But I don't need to get funded. I don't need to withdraw from them. I would be being dishonest if I acted like I did. You know what I mean? Like, again, just to put this into perspective, we just bought 250 shares of the Q. 250 shares of the Q costs $108,000 in equity. You know, so like we have $250,000 in equity in my TOS account. And so we've got a lot of equity in this account that we play with regularly. We made 40 bucks from it, so whoop-de-doo, but still. And again, if you want to check out Top Step, it's great for people that don't have this much equity because again, you give them a demo, they test your skill. If you could pass the test on the demo, then they fund you with, you know, between 50 to 150K with a 90% split. So if you're good enough to get funded, you're keeping most of your profit anyway. If you fail the challenge, you're only out what you pay for versus putting up the money up yourself and risking thousands of dollars. It only makes sense, especially if you're new, to try a funded account program. In the futures market, there's no PDT rule. You can day trade the Q exactly like I'm doing here. It's not the Q, it's the NASDAQ 100, but that's what the Q tracks. Same price action, different price. No PDT rule. Pre-market's open, extended hours is open, just like stocks. Very similar to day trading stocks, just no PDT rule. It just makes a lot of sense if you want to day trade like this to try the futures market out. Here's the link. Check it out. Great way to help support the channel. I appreciate the love, guys. Thanks so much. Thank you, Lil Millie. With that said, though, guys, I'm going to go ahead and bow out for the day. Look at Palantir still ripping up. I'm up a lot on the day and everything, so I'll just take that. We'll get out of here. Y'all be safe. Be good. Have a great day, team. We'll see you guys later. Remember, also, always remember, guys, I'm terrible at this stuff. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Good luck. Yeah, great on the day. I'll see you guys later. What is CCTG? I certainly didn't pump that early in the stream. It looks like a sketchy penny stock that I'm not going to buy, personally. It's a recent IPO, though. I don't know anything about this company. So, yeah. But, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Y'all be good. I mean, Edgar says so you invested 100K to make 40 bucks. I guess you could call it that. I certainly didn't risk 100K if that's what you're getting to. You know what I mean? Like, again, y'all can go follow some type of day trading guru that tells you can turn $1,000 into 100K if you just buy their trading course. real trading is not really like that. Like real trading, in order to safely make money, you need large sums of money. In order to make $1,000 a day, you're gonna need $1 million in buying power to do so safely, without risking a ton of your account. And so it's not like the Q is going to go to zero while I'm investing in it. I'm just using buying power. I mean, my account's not 100K. I'm just using that buying power to get, good liquidity and leverage. So, I mean, we're green on the day. We're green on the account. And I'll take it. Yeah, we're green. Y'all be safe. Good luck. I'll see you guys later.